a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, and those listening in Radio Land. I am CJ, and this is Real FM 91.9 and 91.5. We are broadcasting from Main Street Cities in beautiful and historic St. Patrick.
We have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful.
Now, I'm waiting for Annette. She's never late, so anybody want to call in and open up with prayers? Go right ahead.
How you move when you're moving, which direction you're going, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
In your search for happiness, you got to leave a little room for loneliness.
I think I have someone online. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Go right ahead, please. Thank you.
Good morning to the nation this morning, Lord. Father God, we thank you for the night. We thank you for the morning rising sun. You see, O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all thy earth. Father, we know we want to be good to you. This morning, blessed Lord, look over the country. Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Father, the world is in your hand. Remember the school children this hour, Lord. Take each and every one in charge. Remember the teachers. Remember the principal I bring before you, the security. Each and every one of them. Pass by them. Pass me not to gentle Savior, Father, hear the humble cry. While there are others, please, Jesus, do not pass them by. Father, young and tender plant this morning, blessed Lord. Pass by all your children, every village, every parish, every creek and every corner, every darkness, put light. Where there is light, make it more bright. This morning, the entire force I bring before you. Pass by all police stations this hour, Lord. Those on duty, those out of duty. Father, you know everything about them. What could I tell you what you don't know? Father, look over the camp this morning, the SSU I bring before you. Pass by every camp this morning. Reach out and touch them. Father, walk and talk with them. Save them by your saving grace. Bless them if thou be so pleased. Remember them this morning, the sick and afflicted one, those that cannot help themselves. My God and my King, you knows everything. We are your sheep in the pasture, you know each and every one of us by our different voices. Rock of ages clear for us, and let we hide ourselves in thee. And let the water run the blood and by the wound inside this flow. Pass by all these those in different homes this hour, Lord. Father God, remember them in the days of mercy. Bless them if thou be so pleased. Remember the bosses, Lord. Remember the driver, the conductor, the passenger. Father God, remember them in a Macan special with the boat on the ocean, in the plane in the air. Pass by the hospital. Pass by the prison. Remember each and every one this hour, Lord. Pass by the mental home. Remember each and every one of them in that home. Father, they allow you and protect them. Bless them if thou be so pleased. Remember the home you lean unto this our Lord. Keep it safe night and day. Leave no vengeance and could enter this our blessed Lord. I bring Mr. Andre before you. Remember that son if thou be so pleased. Father, guide him, bless him. Remember him, there spring up his body. Those who are the dwelling with, remember each and every one. I bring the whole staff before you, both male and female. They are is in your hand. Father, guide and protect them this morning. Jesus, take them out. Be so pleased. Remember the victory, Lord. Remember all those who are traveling with boss, Lord. I actually journey for each and every one of them this morning, blessed Lord. Father, the whole world is in your hand. All walkers here and everywhere. Remember them in the doors of mercy. Remember my village and my people. I bring each and every one with you tonight. Not as it is in heaven. Give us the days of our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For there is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen and amen. Thank you, Lord.
Amen. How you doing this morning?
They are not chatting your meals, but they
Well, that's a thing. Yes, a lot of people does that, so I'm happy to this one.
food.
If it wasn't good chat, I know you're in the kitchen cooking already.
Yeah, this morning I do busy.
Oh, okay. Well, listen to the program this morning as you normally do.
Of course, yes.
All right, and don't call me at all this morning.
Eh?
Don't call me at all this morning.
Tell Jester now say good morning, but I'm on his side.
Okay, talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
Strength which
Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk? Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk?
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it, and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price. And they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville with their factory at Chantimel in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest. Bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfecting cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Get ready to experience the electrifying energy of the 2024 Carifta Games. This prestigious event brings together the finest young athletes from across the Caribbean, showcasing their talent, speed, and determination in a quest for glory. With the motto, many people, one region. Celebrating athletics, Carifta embodies the spirit of unity and celebration, igniting a flame that will shape the future of sports in the region. Don't miss out on the action at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium from Saturday, March 30th to Monday, 1st April 2024. Secure your spot now by purchasing your tickets at Grenadian Optical or visiting gotofed.com. Join us in celebrating the athleticism and excellence of the Caribbean.
And I think we have Drumsticks online. Good morning to you, and how are you?
I'm good. Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. I'm reading from the Word of God, Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the pathway of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the front of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. This is the end of the scripture reading.
Well, I mean, you've seen that one with speed. You busy?
I'm really busy now. I have my grandchild now to school, so I have to.
You see, I know your drill, eh? All right. Well, let me keep you back. Have yourself a great day.
Yeah, you have a wonderful day.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Where you go, when you're walking. What you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
It is 7:15 inside the studio of Real FM and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Let me say good morning to those of you who are already on the live. Betty James, good morning. Marlon Klein, good morning and thank you so much. Errol Bonaparte, good morning. Anne-Marie Celestine Grant, Alban Harris, Wallard Alquat, Christine Otley, Jerome Lewis, Pearl Charles. Good morning to each and every one of you for checking in already on the live this morning. Let me also say good morning to Sky in Toronto, Sunny Isles, Lorna B, good morning to you. Good morning to the Date family in Toronto. Good morning to the Glean family, the Callis family, the Robinson family on Hill Street. Celia, we are partners in crime. We're waiting for him today again. Good morning to Manda. Hope all is well. Good morning to Keith Sylvan. Good morning to Stephen. Good morning to Lennox. Good morning to Lindona George, haven't heard from you for a while. Good morning to Ann Andrew. Pat, Cape James, good morning. Pat Pear, good morning to you also. Coffee in the morning, good morning. Good morning to you, Mr. Bishop, Lawrence Bishop. Hope all is well. I hope you're up today and you are listening. Good morning to the guys at the gas station in Montfenjo. Good morning to you. Good morning to the staff and students of the university under the cashew tree. And as I go along, I'll continue to say good morning to each and every one of you.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. With what you do and how you're doing it. If you do, when you're doing it. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Tourism is me. Tourism is you. Tourism is everybody. And tourism connects us all.
Did you know that tourism generates revenue and foreign exchange earnings?
Did you know it stimulates infrastructural development and facilitates cultural exchange among people?
You must know tourism is linked to all industries,
from agriculture to construction.
So support the industry today and be welcoming to all our visitors.
Tourism is my business. Tourism is your business. Tourism is our business. Listen one and all. Tourism connects us all.
A message from the Ministry of Tourism
and the Grenada Tourism Authority.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company. A family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Are you concerned about the impact of climate change on your home or business? The Enhanced Direct Access Climate Adaptation Revolving Fund at the Grenada Development Bank can make your worries a thing of the past. The fund offers concessional financing to households and businesses, focusing on vulnerable populations such as lower-income families and persons with special needs. You could qualify for up to EC $200,000 with an incredibly low interest rate of just 2% annually. With this funding, you can make essential improvements such as building retaining walls for erosion control, making structural improvements to withstand hurricanes, and installing water-efficient bathroom solutions. Take action today. Contact the GDB at 440-2382 to learn more about how you can apply for this funding opportunity. Let's work together to create a climate-resilient nation. The Enhanced Direct Access Project is financed by the Green Climate Fund through the Government of Grenada.
It is 7:20 and it's time for us to go to the Maurice Bishop International Airport, and I've got Eugene Wint online with me this morning. Good morning to you, Eugene, and how are you?
Good morning, I'm good, and good morning to listeners also. Here's weather for today, Tuesday, January 23rd. Current policy expressing fair conditions, winds from the east at 10 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1016.7 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature is 26.1 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 79%. Yesterday's maximum temperature recorded was 30.8 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature last night was 25.8 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, there was 0.1 millimeter of rainfall recorded pointed in. Winds brings January's total to 69.1 millimeter. Now let's go to the public forecast for today and tonight for Grenada, Caricom, and Petit Martinique. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy, with light to moderate isolated showers. Today's maximum temperature is expected to have 31 degrees Celsius, but winds come from the east-northeast to east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas are expected to be moderate to rough, with waves 7 to 10 feet in northeasterly swells. Note a marine advisory remains in effect. Tides are recently low at 50 minutes past 7. They rise to high at 1:45 this afternoon. Sunset this evening is at 5 minutes past 6, and sunrise tomorrow is at 32 minutes past 6. Just to recap, as a public forecast for today and tonight for Grenada, Caricom, and Petit Martinique. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy, with light to moderate isolated showers. From the service at Maurice Bishop International Airport, this is Eugene.
Thanks, Eugene, and have yourself a great day.
Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome.
You gotta be careful, careful.
Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk. Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It is 7:23 inside the studios of Real FM. Make it 7:25. We have two computers. One is 7:23, one is 7:25. So I'll go with the bigger one. Let me say good morning to Miss Matheson. Good morning to Miss Job. Faithlyn Holly Douglas, good morning to you. Are you back in the land of ours as yet or no? Good morning to Teresa Joseph out there in Toronto. Good morning to Miss Job. Marilyn Ferguson, good morning. Marilyn Franklin, good morning. Highland Other in Chantimel, good morning. Great seeing you the other day. Kathy Ann in Chantimel, good morning to you also. Frank from the Galapagos Island, good morning to you. Serena, others, River Sally, good morning to you. Hope each and every one of you is doing fine. Baby Daddy, good morning to you. Haven't seen you up on the live as yet, so that means you are still rolling from one side of the bed to the other because it is now 6:25 in North America, while we are 7:25, 28, 27, 20, we're in the 7s here and there in the 6s. So, and it is beastly cold is what I'm hearing. So, it is hard to leave your bed and get up. By the time you turn and you look at the clock, say, I have to go to work, but you have to get up. But this is what the life is all about. For you to make it, you got to get up and go.
The cleanliness in life is gone. It's only vice and corruption that's going on. Staying alive, trying to survive.
So, Faithlin, you are back. Congratulations and welcome back. HOME. How was it? Did you enjoy the WINTER over there or not? Rhonda Host, good morning to you.
Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you got to be careful.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Siss.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Siss.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Siss. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
Have you had Boston on your travel bucket list? Well, we've got some exciting news for you. JetBlue is thrilled to announce its new non-stop flight every Saturday from Grenada's Maurice Bishop International Airport to the vibrant city of Boston. Now you can embark on your Boston adventure without any layovers. JetBlue is making it easier than ever to explore this incredible destination. Whether you're visiting family or friends, exploring for the first time, or simply experiencing Boston life, JetBlue has you covered with a convenient non-stop flight, complete with comfortable seating, complimentary snacks, and an array of entertainment options. You'll arrive in Boston feeling relaxed and ready to explore. So now's the time. Visit JetBlue.com to book your flight and bring Boston closer to Grenada. Let your adventure begin.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price. And they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It is 7:28 inside the studios. I am waiting for my partner in crime. In the meantime, let me say good morning to Mona. How are you? Hope you're feeling, I know you're not 100% every day, but hope you're feeling better this morning. Let me also say good morning to all of you who are not doing 100%, but you're still listening to Real FM, because I think we do bring a little joy in your life when we come on air and give different sort of information. So thank you so much. And to all of you who are on the live, those who are listening straight on the radio, we really do appreciate your listenership every day. So John Phillip, I know you're listening. Good morning and hope all is well with you. Now, it is Mental Health Tuesday. It's no new news to anybody because it's Tuesday and we do the mental health program. And this morning, we are going to be talking about four warning signs, just 4 warning signs that says your relationship is already over. And it also says, when you know, you know. Now, last week we talked about infatuation. What is infatuation? What is love? So this week it's on a different level. This one is more serious and more powerful, but you can still call and make the comments that you have to make because it is right up each and every one of us alley. Good morning to you, Cynthia Alexis. Haven't seen you for a bit again. Is everything A-okay with me? You can call at 442-0175 and let me know if all is well with you.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful. How you move when you're moving. Which direction you're going. You got to be careful. You got to be careful, careful. Search for happiness. You got to leave a little room for loneliness. More things could happen all of a sudden before you realize it's only a disguise. You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
This is 50 years of Calypso excellence as Made in Grenada presents Calypso at 50 featuring Unlucky.
I must go back, my little island is called.
The original Inspector. Flying Turkey, Lady Cinty, Smokey, Peter Humphrey, Randy Isaac, Woodsman Kelly, Squeezy, Scholar, Black Wizard, and Jamo, and the Hitman Inspector. One stage, one night, Sunday, February 11th, 6 p.m. sharp at the Grenada National Cricket Stadium. Tickets are $50 and are available at Canadian Optical, Town and Grandance, Mitchell's Wellness, Grandance, St. David Pharmacy, Max's Bar, and St. Andrew Pharmacy, Calico, Sates, Shizemore, Licks and Bites, and GoToFed.com. The hits, the classics, the performances as Grenada celebrates 50. Sponsored by Flow, Brighton and Miners, Antillean Group, Spy-Style Auto Rental, Wayne Mitchell, Glenelg, Springwater, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenada Distillers, makers of Gladscott Rum. Sunday, February 11th, 6 p.m. Grenada National Stadium. This is 50 years of Calypso excellence.
50 years as an independent nation. Now that's a reason to celebrate. Bank on a bright future with Quade Bank as we celebrate more than 50 years of partnership with Grenadians. Aspire, build and advance with 100% financing to buy land, purchase or build your home, or make those much needed home upgrades. No loan fees, no legal fees, low interest rates. And that's not all. 100% financing on brand new vehicles with 50% off loan fees. Celebrate you this year with special financing from Quade Bank. Apply today.
Welcome home. Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
Good morning once again, and I have here with me my partner in crime in the name of Jester. Good morning to you, sir, and how are you?
Partner in crime? Careful what you're saying.
Well, that is just a saying, partner in crime. Do you okay?
Oh my goodness!
Do I commit crime? Have I ever committed a crime? And
let me just leave that alone. Okay, let me take the opportunity to say good morning to the listeners and viewers of Real 91.9, 91.5, www.drefmgrenada.com. Yeah. Nice to be here again for another Tuesday for mental health.
Are you mentally stable this morning?
My mental faculty is great.
Okay, then that's good. It's always good to know that you are solid.
Because I realize you have some Grenadians, so I believe we have to do some serious tests on them.
Really?
Yes, man. Based on the utterances and things I'm being hearing.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know who they are. I didn't hear, so I cannot comment. And
they need some assessment. Trust me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are. You're laughing this, but hold on. At certain point in our life, in each and every one of us' life, we have to stop, sit, and assess our lives.
That's true, Claire.
No, seriously.
No, I agree with you totally.
You said it and you laughed, but it's not a joke thing, because if you continue going the same way you're going each and every day, it becomes like monotonous. So sometimes you have to sit back, as they say, relax, and take a full assessment, do a full assessment on your life and say, okay, is that where I want to go? Is that am I where I want to be? And is there any room for improvement? And we know that the biggest room in each and every one of us' life is the room for improvement. So that's where assessment has to come in.
It's true.
Now, some of us may need a little more. We may need therapy. We may need a psychiatrist, things like that. But for each and every one of us that is, let's say, coherent every day in our lives, we're supposed to step back and do some sort of assessment to know if we are on the right track as to where we set our goals.
Most definitely. I'm in total agreement with you.
Well,
on
yeah,
that.
I know.
Well, not everything you and I would agree upon, but this one worth it.
Yes. So this morning on our mental health program, what are we talking about, Jester?
Well, you're into this relationship and the signs of when a relationship is ended or on the verge of breaking up. I guess it's things along that line.
Yes. It says for warning signs, your relationship is already over. And when you know, you know. Listen.
I don't know why you wanted to choose this topic. You alone.
Listen, no.
Coming in on the heels of last week, so that is like a part 2. Anyhow, let's go.
But you see, the thing is now, last week we did... Is it love or infatuation, right?
Well, yeah, and
now
that is stemming from relationship too.
Well, yes, relationship. Don't we all, regardless of, the funny thing, you may look at it as relationship is always intimate or so. We have a lot of platonic relationship. Relationship is relationship. And regardless, I'm having a relationship with you just like that. It is a relationship, and sometimes you and I could be good now, and you say something that upset me, and I just got you.
Right. So, I just say that there because relationship could be in a sort of general sense. So, in what sense are we looking at it this morning?
This morning, it's relationship. When it's over, it's over. Regardless it's intimate, regardless it's platonic, when we get into the meat of it, you will figure out which one it is.
Okay.
But it is relationship, and when you know. Because...
So, we're looking at it in a broad sense.
Not broad. No. Not broad at all. Look, I'll give you no broadband within you. Listen what I'm saying. As I said before, you and I can have a relationship. We do have a relationship. Yes, you and I do have a relationship. Of course we do have a relationship. And if I find, all of a sudden, maybe I see it all of a sudden, but you have been pulling away from me and I did not realize that you're pulling away from me, or vice versa. And then you take an assessment of what we have as that relationship. And you say, Claire is not like she used to be before, and I say, Jester, something is not right here. And if I come to you and I say, Jester, what gives? What's going on with you? And then you're like, lying to me and Clement, everything is okay. And I know, you says when you know, you know. When I know everything is not okay, then I know it's time for me to say, well, you know what? He ain't coming up front and tell me the truth, so I am just going to mosey on out of the relationship. O-V-E-R. Over. We on the same page?
Yeah, I get you.
All right, so let's go.
So that was I told you know. And
But
what
mostly intimate is what it is this morning, but it goes that way.
You yeah?
Mostly. I said mostly. Mostly.
You, Senator Joseph, you're not
listen.
easy here.
No. I think you want the relationship to really over, right? You pushing and you don't have to push hard, you know. Just say it again and we done.
Oh God.
And we done like dinner.
Okay.
Because you know.
But you will make a good senator, man. Honestly.
Listen now, you know.
Serious.
I am not.
No, serious note, eh? No, just telling you. I'm just being honest. I mean, you somebody like you, knowing who you are as a person. No, and I'm being very honest in my whole thing.
So most of the time
I believe
you're not
you can
honest.
make a really good.
Most of the time you're not honest.
Sometimes we do make kicks around, and you know. But I'm telling you on a serious note, somebody like you, I believe you could make a really good senator.
And I decline.
Serious.
I decline in all fronts.
So there was a good proposal out there for you being a senator. And I mean,
a proposal in your absence without you know nothing, but there's no proposal at all, okay? Some of us just open our mouth and just say what is on our mind at the moment without the person. And I'm like, you know, funny enough.
Did anybody tell you that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody called me from the US yesterday and says, I didn't know you were looking for another job. I said, what? You're looking for another job? I said, not that I know of. I said, I am a retiree. You know, what am I looking for jobs for? And she said, but you didn't get Andre say that you could be a senator. I said, what? She said, yeah, Andrew said that, you know, you could be a senator for the what? The Monge, wherever it is. I said, well, Jester is always telling me that I'm crazy.
I think it's a separate ministry now.
Right. Jester is saying that I'm crazy, so maybe I'm heading there, but not as a senator, maybe as a how you call a patient. And then a couple hours after you call me and tell me about senator, I said, what?
No, I didn't really call you for that purpose.
But you called me on something else, but that came up. But because you had that to tell me, you see. No, you didn't drink any alcohol for you to tell. You didn't drink any alcohol for you to tell me that it was on your mind. So you call, you see what you said, and you say senator. And I'm like, what? I said, stop it. Really and truly, stop it. I am not aspiring to be any senator, any whatever. I am who I am in what you see here. The true me, not anything else. Mental health, I'll go for it. But anything else, no thank you very much. You ready?
Yeah, man.
Rumble?
I'm ready, man.
Let's go. So it says 4 warning signs your relationship is already over. When you know, you know. And it says being in love can be one of the best feelings in the world. The relationship can be filled with exhilaration and a soft gushiness that can propel you towards promises of forever. Yet, as time slips by, you may begin to experience uncertainty about your partner. I'm holding it there for you to comment.
Yeah, uncertainty about your partner.
Mm-hmm. As time goes by, because it's saying that when you're new, like anything else, when you get a new car, you're taking toothbrush and you're going through all the quicks and cracks and crevices. Mm-hmm. You don't want to see a speck of dust.
It's true.
As time goes by and you drive the car and you lose the touch of the newness, you start saying, I could just take a vacuum and just and go. You take a hand broom or hand brush and you brush it, and you don't have the same impact as when you got the brand spanking new car. You even have the new car smell inside of it for a while because you're proud of your new vehicle. They're saying here, and I'm not comparing relationship to that, but that's one of the things I could come up with quickly. They're saying that when you're in a new relationship, you have that exhilaration, you're feeling high all the time, you have that gushy feeling about you. You think that it's going to last forever. But it says as time slips by, you begin to experience uncertainty about your partner. And that is ever so true. Good morning, Lorna. Lorna says good morning to you, Jester.
Good morning to you, Lorna.
Yeah. You know, as time goes by, it just starts slipping away. And it says it might have reached a point where you aren't connected like how it was at the beginning. Even the little things about their personality may have started to bother you. And the same old arguments keep replaying on a loop. You're not opening up to your partner as much as you used to. And if you're being totally honest, you're not sure if you can see them in your future anymore. How true is that?
Could you repeat that again for me? Somebody out there might be wishing for you to repeat that point, especially when it's a point that really needs to be sent home.
Good morning, Mary. You're there in Toronto. Thank you for checking in. Hope all is well. Okay, we talked about as time slips on, you begin to experience uncertainty about your partner. And the next point says, it might have reached a point where you aren't connected like how it was at the beginning. That's one point. Even the little things about the personality may have started to bother you. And the same old arguments keep replaying on a loop, like over and over. You're arguing about the same thing. You're not opening up to your partner as much as you used to. And if you're being totally honest, you're not sure if you can see them in your future anymore. So when you started in that relationship with that person, you tell yourself that this is going to be for the long haul. Yeah? But as time goes by, the little things that used to be okay with you start bothering you now. You lock down all of a sudden, you're not sharing anything that you used to share before. And now you start saying, I wonder if I want that person in my life anymore.
Well, I wouldn't take it to reach that far, but no. I think it's just naturally human beings after they get they lock into each other. Mm-hmm. I don't believe the spark would be from the very beginning, and it goes of the both partners, Claire. I don't think anybody will say after the relationship is continuing for a while that the spark that was there from the very beginning, it lasts right throughout. Even if it's 10 years, it's still the same. Somehow, in many instances, I don't think, and I just believe it's just because of natural way of human beings. I mean,
why is it that they're saying to you, keep the spark going in your relationship? Mm-hmm. Because there was a spark, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's up to us, both parties, to keep it going. It's not a one-way thing. It's two people. And if one person is trying and the other is not, obviously it's going to die. Because one hand cannot...
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know, it's just... Okay, because for example, a man sees a lady...
Hold on a second, eh? Let me warn you now. Because I don't want anybody to jump on my bandwagon today or on my back and say, I'm beating you up today. So be careful what you say, because if you put your foot in your mouth, I'm helping you push it down your throat, just so you know. So go right ahead.
Beating me up?
Yes.
Okay, now you said your piece. I think I need to say my piece.
Yes, go right ahead.
For the folks out there that are listening and following us, right? Many a times, our host, CJ, she used me as an example. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I am the person that leaving the example. She just uses me. But I get the impression from many of you all, based on the comments, it's like Jester is the guilty one. Jester is literally doing that, and we have to be careful about that.
Well, yeah, but
I just want to make that clear.
If
really.
Some of it fall in Jester plate and Jester want to eat, go right ahead and eat, but let's move on.
Clear that, and that doesn't be the case. You understand what I'm saying? So that really doesn't be the case. But
we have a call,
We have a call on the line. That's all, man.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mona. How are you?
Not 100%.
I know.
You're never 100%, but you're more than 100%. Good morning, Miss Mona.
What happened to you? I'm trying to come and defend you.
Mona, keep your defense. Don't say anything anymore.
But you still going to defend me?
Nope.
Yes, because I find she just give you some bad slap, you know.
Yeah, she trying to throw me under the bus. She always try to do
Under
that.
the bus, yes. Papa
Yeah.
fight to come out. Try your best. Everybody good?
Yeah, everybody is all right. Thank you.
Very good. Thank God we are all right, man.
Body.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Right.
Keep
Thanks for
listening.
calling in.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Yeah, Mona just registered, man.
Yeah, man. Mona is the real deal.
She
She's
always,
a real McCoy.
she always does
She is
that,
a real
man.
trooper. She
Yeah.
had people like Kenro and Miss Matheson and everybody. They all just, you know, a lot of people just listen and they don't call in. But those that are calling, you know that they're there every day, regardless of what.
Claire,
Rain, sunshine.
I have to be honest. I believe that is one of the most look forward program on Real FM this Tuesday morning mental health
Well,
show.
you might be
man.
right, because I met
telling.
someone yesterday and she said, I didn't hear you I said, you only didn't hear us one Tuesday. And that one Tuesday soon sounded like it was forever.
You
They
understand what I'm
didn't
saying?
hear. And other people like, you weren't on Tuesday. I said, I was on Tuesday on the one before. We couldn't be on because I had to go to the High Court, as I say. So yes, you were saying that you were talking about men and spark.
Before, so Claire,
Jury duty, yeah. But I got excused.
Oh, God hear me. That's one thing.
That's
one.
Before we start, let me tell you something. You go there, eh? I've been through it in Toronto, and I got excused also because I went there and I had a letter. I wrote a letter to them, and so, but it's like they were playing hardball. They're not accepting the letter. You have to come inside here and all this kind of thing. And I said to them, I said, listen, for one thing, I don't want to be in my bed jumping up with my conscience beating me up by putting somebody in prison innocently. I said, I've seen enough where a lot of innocent people get, well, it's not you alone. I said, well, let me put it this way for you. I'm not alone in the panel, I know, but I'd be a bad juror because I wouldn't say anything. And if everybody say guilty, I'm saying not guilty. But I told him man that. He looked at, he said, are you okay? I said, I'm really, really okay.
No,
and he said, you still have to come. He said, going, and they went through the whole process, and then I had to see the chief registrar, and I explained to her, I said, listen, I am here 6 months of the year and gone 6 months of the year. I cannot be, you see, I'm not permanently staying here. So she says, okay. And I said, you know, and medical is a very important thing for me. I got to go do my medicals, you know. She says, all right. I gave them all the
How they do?
So when I went back and I said to the man, he looked at me, I looked at him, and I just nodded. So he says, you going? I said, yep. He says, did you sign that paper here? I said, no. I said, why? I said, because I know I was going to be leaving. He said, so why didn't you say? I said, I've been singing that all morning long to you. You weren't listening. Tell me how to sing in the right song. I tell me which one to sing, and I'm singing it for you. But here I gone. So I was excused from being. I don't feel. There are a lot of people that wants to do it because it is an experience, but I don't. Especially when you're there and the accused is seeing you on the panel there.
But with that time you could decline from some of the.
The thing is, they cannot force you to be a juror. But if you don't go, they can arrest you. If they send it out and you don't go, you can be arrested or you can be fined. And I didn't want to be any, so I willingly, as a born Grenadian, I go to my.
That's something I never want to be in. And I pray God it never.
Your name might come up.
No, please.
So yes, let's go back to our thing. You were saying when we talk about, you said when I said in your future, you don't want a person in your future anymore. And you said about a spark, and you may lose this spark. Yes, it's true that when you are in a relationship with someone, you can lose this spark along the way. But it's up to you and it's up to me to keep this spark. Because the things that it's going to come along, but the things that we used to do when we just came into the picture, what is causing it not to be there? Life happens, we all know. But the two persons, the two individuals, should know to themselves that this is what it is when we started and how can we keep it going.
Well, the thing is, Claire, because for example, and I was making a point, like a man sees a lady and decide to go after her, started talking, they may exchange numbers, remember, and at some point in time, he may be calling ever so often, you know, calling maybe on time too. Sometimes, let's say, for example, he calls.
Like you have a schedule.
Yeah, right. And then after maybe the lady accept, and you'll find a call at some point in time. It may not be. It will be coming, but not as regular as in the beginning. And don't get me wrong, right? And after they accept each other, the same thing, certain things that the lady used to be doing too, because she have a role to play too. It may not be going on and I don't know. It's like, you know, when you put a heap of bush on fire, and when it now starts, it blazes up, right up, and then after a while, the fire burns, you know. But then the amount of fire will kind of less. And I realize that's but I think it's just naturally humans or the thing. That's what I think. I don't know.
So how is it that there are some couples that they're good all the time?
You think they always have the real just as it was from the very beginning? I don't think so. I don't know.
We're not in every couple's corner.
I was just saying I don't think.
Right? But there are some couples that they are okay. They do things together. And the thing is, Jester, you know what happened to us a lot of the time? Is that we take each other for granted. Mm-hmm. That is the big word. We take each other for granted and think, well, you know, Jester is always there. Claire is always there. So, you know, I'm not making a big deal about it because she's always there. But this is the biggest mistake a lot of us are going to make. Because, let me continue. It says, perhaps the relationship is going through a tough moment that seems impossible to repair. Or everything seems fine, but you are left with a persistent feeling of doubt you can't seem to shake. Whatever the case may be, you're now wondering if the relationship has run its course and it's time to move on. To help you feel confident moving forward, here are a few obvious and not so obvious clues that could hint your relationship is already over. Andrew Alexander, good morning. And it's not Simone, it's Claire, but I'm waiting for my deal plan. Thank you so very much. Jill Williams, good morning. Now, here is one point. At a glance, when you're at a crossroad in your relationship, it can be difficult to make a decision. On one hand, you know love requires hard work, so you want to salvage a good thing if you have it. On the other hand, you don't want denial to push you further in a relationship that isn't making you happy. Look for consistent incompatibilities that you can't seem to overcome, no matter how much you try. Some key signs your relationship may be beyond repair include a lack of physical intimacy, issues with problem solving, feeling lonely in the same room. And guess what? That gut feeling, you know that feeling that you and I have been talking about, and I said your gut feeling? Yeah. Don't deny that. Don't ever. Your gut feeling could send you off in different ways, you know. But your gut feeling, it's the real deal. It's the real McCoy. Good morning, Olavaci. Buongiorno. Again to you. And when I say good morning, I have to give it in Italian. Buongiorno. So, just what it's saying that you said that this spark, you don't think, you know, people can keep this spark going. But a lot of little things cause us to go through this. And mentally, it is wreaking havoc on a lot of us.
Because, Claire, and you use the word
incompatibility.
Right.
Compatible?
Yeah.
And you know the word.
Because compatibility.
Yes.
I tend to have difficulty with this whole thing of
being compatible with someone.
The reason why I'm saying this, I know of people that have been married for 30, 40, 50 years and still come and
divorce,
thing goes smash up.
But here is this.
You know what I'm saying?
But the point from the beginning is the spark is gone. And no one was trying to bring it back. So, you know, in some relationships, Jester, you and I are married. Right? People, we are not married. We're just saying here. You and I are married. And at the beginning, and you say you put fire and it blaze and everything. Everything is hot in the beginning. Then you have children that start taking up some of your time. So it's like the mother or so whoever it is that is taking care of that children, a lot of the time has gone to that part of the family. Then some of us work and you come home and you're tired and you say you have this to do, that. A lot of these things can kill a relationship. But it's up to us, the two individuals again, to keep it going, because when you enter a relationship, you have to know whether it is that you want children, at what time you may want the children, or you don't want to have children at all.
You have to plan the family, man.
Yes, a lot of people are dinks. They have double income and no kids. So they have their whole life just by themselves. And yet still, we go through that same period of lack of intimacy, issues with problem solving, feeling lonely in the same room, and the gut feeling. Now, you were saying about the spark and all that. Now, when the spark is gone, like you and I could be sitting right here, we doing our own thing. You're lonely and I'm lonely. You could be in a relationship and be very lonely. And I keep saying that, and a lot of people keep saying that, and it is true. Because after this program this morning, believe me, a lot of people are going to start assessing where they are in the realm of their relationship. Because it have something that people will say, oh, Claire, day with Jester. That is when
Just
you day.
Just day.
Well, you're not sitting in front of me. Pardon me.
Oh,
okay.
God.
Claire day with, and when they say day.
Oh, my God.
No, Jester. When they say day, that means you're just existing in that relationship. Nothing is going on. You understand? There is no intimacy.
But Claire, I don't want you to not really that the spark is there. It's just that it's not as bright as like from the very beginning.
Well,
so I don't want you to think that the spark
it cannot be.
lose
Hold on.
total.
It cannot be there when you're lonely. It cannot be there when there is no intimacy between you and that person. It cannot be there
if there is
when
no
you're,
intimacy, forget that.
And when you cannot even solve the problem that you used to just whip up before, it has become so monumental that you cannot even find ways to solve it. So it cannot, there's no spark. It's dead. It's water soaked. It's dead.
Okay.
Right? It's as simple put, trust your body. You will know when it's time to say goodbye. You will know. Because there's only so much a person can stand in a relationship. And if it comes to the point where you cannot stand the person that you're with, or you're questioning whether that relationship could go on, then you're reaching a stage where it is time for you to say, do that assessment and say, is that really what I want in my life?
Yeah. And the thing is that there are some relationships that are really not doing well, but for certain circumstances, they are forced to stay underneath the roof.
We're going to come to that.
So you had to touch on that? Okay, well, cool.
It says, 4 key signs it might be time for you to break up. Here are they. The intimacy just isn't there anymore. That's one. And this is a big part of any relationship. And it doesn't have to be the big thing. Just hug somebody. Just, you know what I'm talking about. But when that is gone, you are inside like, you and my brother and my sister is staying in the same house, but we have that ring on our finger that say we are together. It's as if one of you reaches out for sexual intimacy and the other consistently responds with excuses about being tired, irritated, stressed, disconnected, or not in the mood. It could indicate underlying issues in your relationship. There are no strict rules for sexual frequency, and experiencing occasional dry spells is normal. So they're saying here that you don't have to have sex every day, in that relationship. But when you start making excuses about you're tired and you're this and that, there is an underlying problem in there.
Yeah. So, interesting, folks, take note.
No, I mean...
Well, no, but in a lot of instances that happens, and as a matter of fact, in some instances, Claire, that is when some believe that there is a extra relationship on the outside. Yeah, that is and
it doesn't have
one
to be.
One of the signs. And
it doesn't have to be.
Not in all instances it happens, but in some instances it does happen.
Some of us just, and I'm saying us, I don't want you to attack me and say men and it's not men and it's women. Some of us, I collectively using all of us. Some of us just don't bother because you look at it as, you will go, as it says, the grass is not always green on the other side. If your grass is wet, it's dry, just wet it. It will get green. So if you move on and say, well, this Jester is bad, again, sorry, Jester is bad and I'm going to move on to Carl, then Carl could be, when you go with Carl in the beginning, it is just the fire and the spark and everything, and it comes down to the same thing maybe after a few months or a year or even a few weeks. Because after, when they really get to know or they kind of see what it is all about, they're backing out now. They don't want to be in that because they already got what it is that they wanted, what they came for.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there are a lot of us that goes out there. Somebody is there and they like that person and the person is not paying them much mind at all. And they keep at them until they break them down. And when they get what it is that they really want, then they achieve their goal and they move on with you, move on from you, leaving you with the broken heart and thinking that I thought that was going to be forever.
You see, and what does end up happening? Well, I know for in the cases of ladies, I believe the worst time to really rely on, if you're in a relationship and you're going through difficulties and you become vulnerable, I believe you should just take time off on your own to assess your own situation. But what does end up happening, you'll find some ladies just tend to lean on to some other male companion, for comfort. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the time they do fall victim because at that time they become very vulnerable.
They're in a stage where they're weak. Yeah.
And as you say, person get what they want and then they're back to square one.
Good morning, Bernadette. How are you? Hope all is well. Yes, and this you were questioning why I was doing that this morning. You see where it's going? You see how serious it is? No. I'm not accusing you. I am saying you see where this is going because these are things that happens in our lives each and every day. And a lot of people stay in relationship because they feel, first of all, we have low self-esteem because we think that we cannot do better. We think that we cannot do without a person in our lives. We think all kinds of stuff, and then we stay, and the time goes on, and by the time you catch yourself, you're in a relationship where you spend 20 years, and there's nothing at the end of it all.
Yeah. So, do we have a call?
Yes, we do. Good morning.
Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning.
You're breaking up. Can you call on a landline or can you move away from where you're because you're really breaking up close? Yeah. We can't hear you.
Hello?
Yes,
that's
go
better.
Ahead. Mm-hmm.
That's better. Okay, thanks. Well, just call to say morning, Claire, morning, Jester.
Good morning, Primus. How are you?
I'm fine. Because what happened, I've been trying to call for the longest while when Andrea around, but somehow that I wasn't getting through.
Okay.
Because of the time limit and so on.
Yes.
And it's a long time I haven't really called to say hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good for the time being, Claire.
Good. I'm so happy to hear it. How is Sylvia?
She's all right, we are getting ready now to head for the land.
Okay.
Up in the field.
All right. Any cauliflower in the works?
Yes, I got some. I will have some for him weekend,
You have peppers also?
We'll get a few peppers also.
Okay. Conk me in.
All right. Then.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. Okay. Bye-bye. And thanks for calling. Okay, bye-bye.
Good.
But Claire, sometimes again, people have to be very careful as to how they move on. I'm saying, and I'm speaking in the case of ladies, because listen what will end up happening sometimes. They have a relationship with a gentleman, and
so many men and them not gentles?
They probably feel that I can handle this man. He getting involved with other people, and so they decide I will break it off. Mm-hmm. And you know what? They go and get somebody. So in other words, you come out from the frying pan and jump straight in the fire.
But at least that one has spark. That one has spark in it.
Is that how you justifying that?
No.
Oh.
I'm just Mary made a point. She said, in a relationship, it is not all about the other person. It is time to search yourself. And I so firmly believe in that. Search yourself. Because you can be in a relationship or so-called relationship and think that everything is okay. And it's not. And you, in yourself, have to know that this is not how it started. This is not where I want it to be. This is not where I want to be. So it's time for me to mosey on or see if there are changes that can be made. You don't just get up and walk out in a relationship like that unless you're being totally abused and everything like that. You have to do the assessment. You have to have conversation. And if the conversation is not going where you know it's supposed to go, you have to tell yourself, hey, enough.
Excuse me.
Enough. So it says, however, if the pattern of physical distances become a recurring theme, it's worth addressing, especially if you feel like you're forcing things. Slow down with physical touch, sharing secrets about your day, and engaging in revealing conversations together. So all of this, what it's saying here, Jester, and I'm going to read it again. If this is a pattern, if this pattern of physical distances become a recurring theme, it's worth addressing, especially if you feel like you're forcing things. Things have slowed down with physical touch. Sharing secrets about your day has become and engaging in revealing conversations together. So all of this, again, as signs that the relationship is on the precipice, time to jump over. It says, the person said, in my relationship as a coach, I've observed once you stop confiding in your partner, it's likely you've also stopped craving physical and emotional intimacy with them too. That is a powerful one. Because in relationship, everybody shares things with each other. You talk about it, like, how was your day? If something happens, you want to talk about it. If you see something somewhere, you will call and say, hey, I just saw that, what do you think? If you see something that you think the person like, you might call and say, I just saw that, I know you like it. Do you want me to get it for you? Or you get it anyway. When you see all that stop, you're in trouble. And you are in big, big trouble. It says this observation is backed up by the 2018 study that investigated how emotional closeness in long-term relationships can influence one's desire for sex. The researchers discover that being emotionally close doesn't directly lead to more sex, but it does lead to a stronger desire for it. The study emphasizes the importance of maintaining open lines of communication for increased relationship satisfaction. And it talks about sex, but that is not all it is. Because intimacy doesn't always be about sex.
Yeah, sex is an integral part of any relationship, but it's not all about it all the time. No. But it plays a pivotal role in keeping the relationship together. That's for sure.
You think we phone and walk in?
Mona call, Primus call, Primus just call. The phone I be.
So people are really taking this in, or they are afraid to call and say what it is?
But you should call the number. The number is 4420175, and that's for the WhatsApp as well.
Mm-hmm. Here it is. When a couple tells me they are not super open about the mundane and pivotal parts of their respective life, it is a huge sign that the relationship has probably been on the outs for some time. If you are not actively seeking out these kinds of connected moments, it may mean that you no longer see them as someone who can bring you joy and fulfillment. Perhaps they are more like your best friend, family member, roommate, teammate, co-worker, or an obligation. Those are great aspects to have in your relationship, but viewing each other as a source and expression for your romantic pleasure is needed to keep the spark alive. Here comes the spark again. So if you're in a relationship, Jester, or if I am in a relationship, and these things that we used to do before has come to a snail pace, it is time to start looking as to what is going on. If you're just in a relationship, if you're obligated to be in that relationship, or you become a stalemate, or you become, what do you call that again? You become complacent in that relationship, and you start taking each other for granted.
But you see, Claire, the thing about it, human beings, you don't know how you can control human beings and of their reaction and what they will do, how they think. That's why I believe. Have you ever seen some form of manual come about for any relationship?
That's one thing. We have one. We have a call. Hold on. We have a call. Good morning.
The coffee in the morning. Good
morning to you, and how are you?
On top there.
Yeah, I know, looking down.
Right over on top. I'm about to run off because you know
what
coming up there in another month.
Yes.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But I said let me make my contribution before I go. Relationship is something that you have to maintain. How you maintain your car, and how you maintain your land, you maintain your garden. Relationship must be maintained. And if you do decide to maintain your car, you're going to start rotting it because you ain't cleaning it. The mat inside goes to stink because you're not dusting it. When you just get that car, you want to wash it even though you didn't dirty. When you get in a custom with a car, he doesn't care about that. After 44 years myself, 44 years this year myself and Mama, I still tell that woman, hey, I love you, you look good, girl. Still express that for her, man. When I sit in my living room and she passes me, man, I give a nice little slap on the bottom and say, hey, girl, that's still tight. You never seen bathroom around and take a look at people and say, oops, I'm sorry, I was going to the face basin, but I willfully do that.
Okay.
Whenever I need to go, I say, listen, you have a nice day, come give me a kiss, girl. And she puts her lip together, get two tickles, she opens her mouth, and that is mine, you know.
Okay.
And then when I come back, I hug that woman, hey, how was your day, how is everything, what did you eat? Maintenance. And then by doing that, that relationship is going stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger each day. Maintenance of the relationship. Taking interest in the person that you say that you love. What's really matter with you when you see a woman, you all the credit for digital going. Your phone getting hot. You need charge, but it's still working. Every like a minute you're calling because you're concerned and then you care. As soon as you form that relationship and you get what you want, a little call now and then, and sometimes you forget if the person exists. Maintaining of the relationship is of paramount importance. After 44 years, I still look at Mama and I say, you wonderful girl. When she dressed to go, I say, you turn around. I say, yes, you look good. That pants fit you. That dress fit you. I said, but you ain't walking out the door unless I bust that kiss on you, girl. And she always have a response, but use 1 over 1,000. You see, myself and Mama, we like peas and carrot. I still whisper in her ears all the love talk that I give her when I just met her. Like my heart is like a cabbage divided into two. The leaves I'll give to others, my heart I'll give to you. I still tell her that. Maintenance, I always tell my wife, hey girl, friendship is a golden chain that links two friends together. And if we never break that chain, we will be friends forever. Hey, man, come on. I'm going to do. Have a good day.
You take care.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's working for Pastor. I mean, I'm happy that, because clear, and I guess as much, that might be working for him in a sense that based on the personality of the other person too. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the feedback that he gets from the personality of the other. It really is working for him. But Claire, when you starting relationships, right, and then you don't know because there is a saying that come see me and come and leave me is
two different things.
Two different things totally.
Yes.
So sometimes the sort of kind of feedback you get from me for the certain things that you identify later down the road, and maybe all of that does help cause like a friction of the relationship. So I'm quite happy for Pastor. It's working out quite perfect, and all those that it's working out in such a way, kudos. I mean, God bless you, because trust me, not in all instances you get it.
We know no one is perfect,
yeah,
but the thing is, you made a point that says, you come see me, come live with me. But in that relationship, it's not like one bang, thank you, ma'am. You were talking for a while and everything. You saw who I am. I saw who you are. And you still took that chance. I still took the chance to say, okay, maybe we'll make that work. It's not like you just get up and you say, oh, clarigid, clerobendin, clerodis, and this kind of thing. Like, you saw who I was. So now that you're reaching a stage and you tell yourself, well, maybe if I find somebody new, it might be different. No, it's not going to be. Because I am not only the one with the problem alone. You too. So you see, because some of us, when things are going wrong in a relationship, we tend to blame the other person.
Yeah, everybody look to shift the blame.
Yes, on them. But
that's
you
being
know
honest.
No.
That's honest, open talk.
Yes.
This morning.
It's not me and it's him, or it's not she and it's him. But it's both of us. Because, as I say, one hand can clap. And if what I'm doing is bothering you, all you have to do is talk. Let's talk about it. But if you're not talking and you say, oh, no problem, nothing, it's nothing to make a big deal about. But in you, it's a big deal. I would do something that you don't like. You wouldn't say anything, but it boils up and then you blow. And then it's something that the smallest thing as to, I put a knife somewhere and the knife become the topic of conversation when it's not the knife at all. The knife had nothing to do with it. It's all the things that you build up as to see what you didn't like about me and what I didn't like about you. And that's why it started going down the hill and it started going real fast. Some end, boom, and others just go slowly. A true man in love, that. Yes, he is. And the thing just, we have to learn to be honest. Honest in our relationship. Because if you do not have any honesty, it's not going to go anywhere. You might fool yourself and tell yourself that, oh, this person is this and that person is that. And you know in your heart of heart that is not true. And as Lorna said this morning, it's like you are in a relationship that is not going anywhere. It's not even going fast. It's not even going slow because it's not going anywhere. It's stagnant. And you sit there and over the same thing happens. And you make excuses for it because you feel like you do not want to be by yourself. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Sister Clay. Good morning, Jester.
Good morning to you,
How
sir.
everything, man?
We're good.
Okay. On the topic this morning, right? This is a very interesting topic, relationship. Right? And many times people just fall in relationship. And they don't ask the question, why are they going into a relationship? Because someone might see you and they love you. You may be very good looking and attractive. And a man will just fall in a relationship for that. Or where you're working, the job that you position in society. But then asking the question, is there any love, really true love in that relationship? Alright? And I believe you see someone and you see someone and you love them. You don't love them for how they look in. But you love them for who they are. And if the relationship start to build and you all quote and the two person quoted, I believe that everyone should be willing to open up freely and let them know what they're going through, what is their problem, and what did they do, what they like and what they don't like. Alright? Especially let's say like in the relationship that the woman might have a problem where she cannot bring food to a child or the man have a problem. I also believe that they should be open out before the relationship go deeper and deeper. And then when the two person get married, then you start to reveal that your problem with the boyfriend or the girlfriend start to reveal that problem. I think that could be a problem. So if one person open it and tell them the situation before they go deeper in the relationship and they get married, I think it must be easier for the two person to stay together. But after the relationship will get deeper where you all get married and then come and reveal that I think that's a problem.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for your contribution.
Yeah, and it's true because if you cannot be honest, just it kills anything. Because let me tell you something: if you are in a relationship and the person that you're with or around would not tell you the truth, you know where that ends, and there's nothing you could say again that could make you trust me or I trust you.
Trust.
And if you don't have that, then you have nothing in any relationship. And that's why you see a lot of relationship ends, because somebody in that relationship cannot be truthful about things, or they cannot be trustworthy, or they're not honest in that relationship. And when it reaches that stage, you ask yourself, well, what is left? Is there trust? Is there honesty? What is left in that relationship to make it work? So with all the time that you invest in that relationship, you start questioning yourself, is that time that I lost? Because did anything come out of it, anything great come out of that time that I invested in that relationship?
Yeah. But trust, and trust is a thing. It's not like you nail up a piece of board, you pull it over, you pull it back up. Trust is something that build over a period of time.
And it takes one thing to shatter it, one.
Once it's been shattered.
It's hard for you to get it to build back, because you start questioning yourself about everything around you. That's why it says, show. Fights, let me see. Okay, here is the one. It says you can't problem solve. That's another part of what it is. It says, in a long-term relationship, it is common to have the same fight again and again. You know the fight that I'm talking about. I know the fight that I am talking about. Even when you bicker about something different like the dishes, work, family, or money, somehow, the argument inevitably tumbles back to the same core issue. Not being able to get past the central fight can lead to resentment, exhaustion, and suppression. We got a call. Good morning.
Good morning, Claire and Jester. Good morning.
Good morning to you,
Good
Cammy.
morning to
How are
you, Cammy.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you all, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, and
I don't know why you don't
many
hear me.
Yes.
Yes. Very important topic this morning. And I hope that a lot of men and a lot of women is listening to that program this morning. Because you know what happened? I'm 67 years of age now, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And for what I've seen going on in Grenada, the kind of lifestyle I see men living and women living is not good at all.
Cammy, you have your TV on?
Yes.
Turn it off for a minute for me, because I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Dad.
That's okay.
You be good now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. For what I seen, no, it's so sad and I feel so bad when I see how some women and men living. And I've been around men, and that was terminal for over 16 years. And the conversation with men and women, you know, I just feel dirty.
Mm-hmm.
They're not talking about me, you know, I just feel real dirty. Something I can understand, that a man come and tell me, he see me like me, love me, and you have your wife, right? You have your wife, and I accept that man. And the man come in and tell me love me, come and sleep with me, and he gets up 3 and 4 o'clock and go back to his wife. How you could love me? That is something I just always speak to women about. How you feel? How the man could love you and he's leaving 3 o'clock? He crawling not at your house to this hour and go back home. When you go home now, your wife there, why you telling that lady? How you want this to feel? Well, watch. Baba God, thank you. I'm not in that kind of laugh. I know they this kind of life.
Don't laugh.
You know, I mean, some women have to think. Women have to think, and men have to think. Because I know of women who are very close to me that get involved with people, relationship, husband and wife. And when the man gets sick, the keeper call the wife, you know, come and take your husband.
Is that right?
No, that's for real. I know for case again, and it's the gospel truth. This man was a man that Grenadians know him. Big man in society. He left his wife and he go with a young girl.
Mm-hmm.
And when he dead, he called the lady and said, come get your husband. Women, be very careful. As the last caller said, you have to be honest. So it's up to me now. If Jester tell me love me, and I know he married, and I still want to go with him, nobody can stop me. So when anything happens, I can't blame him.
That's
because
right.
you already say, Miss Cammy, as a married man. But I still want to go with him. So when thing come and thing go bad with me and him, I don't blame him. I blame myself.
True.
So what I'm saying is, women, be very careful what you get yourself in.
Thanks,
You understand?
Tammy. Yes.
Because you have nothing to get. Wife in control. Husband in control when he fall only dead. People finding the guy, she was with this man all the years. And the man dead now, the wife gets everything. Come on. My grandfather hurt me, but I keep my head above the water. And I see him married 3 women. So one day I sit back and say, well, no. I thought it was me at the wrong. This Rasta man bring me into 12 tribe. And 3 wives after me. Something had to happen. Not me is the problem. That man is the problem.
Gotcha.
Have a good day, Grenada.
Thank you.
We White House.
We White House. You know these guys and them that support me over. No, serious. Jester and these guys and them that support me over the years. After I come out under this thing with my grandfather, and I just start to sell. And then I build up my little white house. And this guy support me. And look where I is today.
There you go.
I didn't go in the bank. I didn't go in credit union. I didn't borrow from nobody. Tambambal and CMAS. CMAS is, look at yesterday.
We White House.
Yeah.
We White House. I grow. And I give God thanks on these guys. Have a good day.
Thank you. Okay,
bye-bye.
Yes. Kami gave us a mouthful and a handful and a headful. Because, again, as she said, it's our fault. And you made a point earlier and said sometimes you're in a vulnerable stage.
Yeah.
And, when you're there, you're looking for someone for comfort. You know what you should do? Pray and read your Bible. You'll get comfort there. Because when you leave the frying pan, as it says, and you jump straight in the fire, you become, ages ago, my friend Sonia and I always talk about that. When our parents and grandparents used to work on the estate, and the foreman or whoever it was that used to be on the thing, and the people had nothing. They had they have a child that they have to look after, and they went on the estate to get a job, and so now they see blogger and fig, and they're thinking that maybe I could get a hand a blogger, a bunch of blogger to go. The foreman is I could give you the blogger, but you have to give me something for it. Oh, the person leave you, I would do better than him. He comes, you accept that person in your life. They give you another little bambino. And you have 2 now, and no father to look after it. So sometimes when you are in a vulnerable stage, don't just jump and run to the next person that come your way. Don't. Because you're still heading down that slippery slope with no help, no support, no nothing. Read your Bible. Get down on knees and pray and ask for strength to go through whatever it is that you're going through, because you will be able to deal with it, not to distant.
Yeah, it'll be better to take the time on your own and assess your own situation. But if you're going and say,
and and some of the men out there, and some of the women out there, some of us out there, we know. I'm sorry to use, just about you're sitting in front of me. And I'm not saying anything bad. And I said, they know you and I are in a relationship, right? And they know we went our separate ways. So now they're on the prowl. I free, you free. Some woman is coming after, some man is coming after me. And then you are in a stage where you are hurting in your heart. Mentally, you are not there. And that's when you fall for it. Good morning.
Good morning, Jester. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are both of you?
We're doing fine,
thank you. I'm all right.
A very interesting topic this morning. I hope that you all can pick up the voice. If you can't, then we'll discuss that on the street.
I definitely know who it is.
Very interesting topic this morning. I'm someone, and I'm not a psychologist, so let me make that clear. But just from my own personal experience and observations, I've become someone that's become an advocate for men, for mental health as it pertains to men. If we look at our society in recent years, we've seen an increase in the number of violent reactions of men in personal relationships, not just intimate ones, but also in social relationships among friends, groups, interacting with conflict and that type of thing. And that's become really concerning for me. And a lot of the times we just turn around and we blame men holistically. We blame men for the inadequacies and the shortcomings that they have. based on our expectations of what a man should be. And often we don't take the time off to understand that from since boyhood, males grow with certain types of pressures that society places on them. And these pressures are sometimes overwhelming, and men often do not have safe spaces to turn to get help and resolve some of these issues. Sometimes to even just vent, to respond, just to get it out, express themselves, have an emotional release. And often they react in a type of way, and we blame them, and we put them on. If you research a lot of the cases where men sometimes carry out violent acts against their partners and so forth, you would recognize that just a day before, hours before, or for an entire week or so, their own male friends, and sometimes females too, but their friends and in their own environment are the ones who give them the most pressure, giving them the whole talk on the block and embarrassing them, making them feel small, belittling their egos and so on and so forth. I mean, every one of us know what it is to get at a banker, but to have it in the public space and have everybody ridicule you and laugh at you and make you feel small, and then to go back and face the person who is the object where you believe that ridicule and so on is originating from. Sometimes person react in ways that are not healthy. And I've been asking myself, what are these safe spaces that we can create for our men, and I was thinking, is there an institution provide counseling in every parish, somewhere that persons could go and talk and so on. And while all of that may help to some extent, I believe the main issue we're facing in Grenada here is that of family structure, and that we have so many men growing up with single mothers. And try as best as you may, I don't believe a woman could teach a man to be a man.
Okay.
She could teach a man to be the best version of a man that she would like. But to teach a man to be a man, it takes another male. And you would find that even the males who have functioned well in society have grown up with single mothers. But if you check them back, you'll often find that they had an uncle that they could talk to, that would guide them, that would provide some inspiration, some other male in the community, a coach. There's always been some other male. So what's been happening traditionally is that the male child has been grown by the community and extended family in the event where fathers were absent in the home and absent in the life of the child. But now we have a greater expanse between those two now. And young boys are literally growing up with just their mothers and on their own, trying to figure out life. And a child would always be a child, and they would make mistakes. But if you grow for 20 years with the same mistake and the same type of thinking, and not alternatives being presented to you and different experiences, then is it fair, really, when they grow to 25, that we turn around and blame them for acting foolishly or not being able to manage and cope with some of the issues that males face? So I just wanted to take this opportunity to raise that particular concern that I've had with males in particular, and probably make an appeal also to females out there in society to start rethinking about how you operate with males and how you grow your own males in your home, so that they are better equipped to deal with the stresses that males face in society, the added pressures of being that provider. The time a man feels the worst is when he cannot provide for himself and his family. That is when he's at his lowest and is most desperate and is inclined to do foolish things. Desperation really makes you do things sometimes that is out of character. And we need to help our males, not just males helping males or females helping males, but collectively as a society. I think we now need to place some focus on assisting our males in dealing with some of the challenges that they face as males in growing up in our society.
Let me ask you a question. Don't go. Let me ask you a question, Jay. I know the voice. So let me say this. Everything you say is so true and on point. But there are the boys and girls that grew up in homes with two parents, father and mother, and they're still in the same situation that you're talking about. Here's my question. Why is it so difficult for a man to open up his mouth and say what it is that he's going through? put the ego aside and say what is going on. Because I know I have conversations with lots of men, and it's because they don't want anybody to say, oh, I'm weak or anything. But when you hide it, Jay, is when you blow, because nobody knows what you're going through. But if you open up your mouth and say it, chances are somebody is going to be there to help you. Dexter Mitchell came on this program a few months ago, and he spoke about what he was going through and everything. They're supposed to start a men's group where men can go in and say what they have to say. But you know what the issue is too? With all that you're saying, there is no trust in who the people that are talking to, because you have to find an avenue where if I come to you as a man and say, this is what I'm going through, it stays there when I say it. Instead of me having my own problem and taking what you say and go out with it and forget about it. So we have to start from grassroots, going up to make men as well as women be able to trust someone to say what it is without it going back out there.
That is a very valid point.
And you stop?
Right. It was cut off at the foot cut, drop a little. That's a very valid point. And I want to point out, first of all, having a male in the home doesn't mean you have a man in the house.
Bingo.
That is number one. Secondly, we with the issue of ego, like I said, it's really a driving force when it comes to male. The number one thing a man seeks is not love, but is respect. And
say that again?
The number one thing a man seeks is not love, but respect.
Okay.
And a man views, if you love him, you show him the utmost respect. And even if you love him but you disrespect him, he's going to question your love, right?
But is that vice versa, though?
Well, from the way we are cultured as men, like I said, the way we are cultured as men, from boys, from being a young male, growing up to be a man. This is what we have to understand. The way we are cultured from since you are a boy. So pick two little kids playing, a male and a female playing in the pasture. Both of them fall down and get a bruise or something. You run to the girl, you pick her up, and the baby okay, and you check everything and make sure she's all right, and you think, and you put her sit down and you pamper her. The boys, what do? We check he's okay, and then we say, okay, get up, toughen it out, and let's get back in it. As a man, you're supposed to be able to overcome, right? So since that tiny age, we already start being cultured into not expressing yourself. We're being cultured into keeping things internal and overcoming them by yourself. And in a lot of cases, we cannot. And even when we find that there are places that we could go for help. So, for example, it's the same reason why an alcoholic or a drug addict doesn't go into a place where they know they could get help to help them overcome. The mere fact that you're going to that place means the rest of society that's out there is judging you. It's not even about the place and the help and the trust that you have in there, but it's the rest of society out here judging you as oh, you went to that place, so then you are alcoholic. You're alcoholic for life. You are a drug addict for life. And therefore, as a male, you're going to get help and assistance to help you deal with some of these mental stresses you have to deal with a male. How does the other women in society now look at you? You're not a man because you are not strong enough to overcome on your own. So we really create the monsters that we're trying to defeat.
Yep.
We are the ones who create them from very tiny ages, and then we have to deal with them.
Thank you so much. Maybe I'll get you one day to come and let's talk about this more, because it is a serious thing, and that's why we are talking about this morning, because it affects both male and female, and a lot of us as females suffer because of what the male has gone through and is going through.
Absolutely, I'll be more than happy to.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Claire, the caller makes some very valid point, especially we have a call again?
No, we'll have to take a break.
Okay.
And then we'll come right back.
Right.
Psst. Hey, you. Why pay high prices to watch TV or struggle with apps on your Fire Stick? For only $2.75 per year or $75 for 3 months, you can have unlimited access to thousands of live TV channels, including news, sports, entertainment, and much more. All you need is a Fire Stick, Android device, or smart TV. Too good to be true? Then try our free trial for 36 hours before you buy. Interested? Then call or WhatsApp DP Marketing on 457-3546 or 538-9026. That's 457-3546 or 538-9026. DP Marketing. We bring the world to you.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone disinfecting cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and new, spacious, convenient, and modern facilities on Seton Brown Street in Grenville and Grand Anse. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the Credit Union of Grenville, your financial security is guaranteed.
So Jester, the caller made a point when he talks about we create the monsters that we are dealing with right now. And it's true, because when we are young, as he says, parents pamper their daughters and, they rub their knees, they kiss the boo-boo that they get and everything. And the boys is like, be a man.
Toughen up.
Toughen up. Big boys don't cry. But, and that did the damage to what we are dealing with right now. Because it's all about toughening up. I have a son. And I say to myself, listen, if you're hurt, cry. That doesn't make you weak. Show your emotions. Because a lot of people they're hurt in Jester, and you see them stoic, like, nothing is bothering. And inside, they are dying. So it's about time that men open up and show the emotion and let people know that, hey, I'm hurting too. Yes, this is how they train us, but we can break that cycle. We can. We have a call. Good morning.
I call back, Clay.
Yes.
Because I heard the caller, he said a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But he said something, and you did respond to him. When he said men deserve respect. So women don't deserve respect too. Mr. Woman deserve more respect. And then Clay, you ask him if it was a thing. You did respond after.
Yes.
Women deserve the respect too. And the next thing, before I go, I won't be long.
Mm-hmm.
We as women, okay, we fall victim because we have a child, we have children, and nobody helping.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody come in your life. you think you fall victim or you're going to get another one. You keep continue making the same mistake, you end up with 6 children, you know, for 6 different men. We have to think. Because the other man that come in there, he come there, he tell you this, that, the other. You fall victim, you come, you get pregnant. He gone again. You gone again with the next one. You have to think.
You have to know when to
that's
stop.
working for me.
Yes, you have to know when to stop.
You have to, women, you have to know when they come. Or you, if you want to go with 6 and 7, 8 man, protect yourself from making babies. And then me and you have to mind these children. And they still blaming the government. And then they have them behind them in town begging everybody. That is not right. Hold your head high and grind. I remember when I had my kids and that man leave me, I thank God in end up in Monday. But I used to go and look for the co-worker. I work with a lady for $10, you know, $10 a month. She dead and gone. $10 a month. And whatever she give me to eat, for myself when I go and clean, I wrap it in a thing and I bring it to my children. And thank God everybody gets a good education and they make it on their own. So my advice to women, don't fall victim for that. As the young lady said, pray. Pray. You understand? And if you meet this man and you say, well, you see I really need. Why you want to help me? We thought I had to go to bed with you. Because it's the next child. Don't afraid to speak. Don't afraid. And then that person had my guest up and say, you know, let me help her. Let me do. But you go and you make six after you had 2 already. And who you blaming for that? You have to blame yourself. Have a good day.
Thank you. You know, Jester, Jay talks about the calls are coming in.
Better you take it one time, yeah.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I've been
listening?
in and out of your program,
Yes.
so I've not followed it completely. But I think it's an interesting topic, and I want to make a contribution on it. I think sometimes men are looking for women to love them. A man's supposed to love his woman as he loves himself.
True.
But all the woman needs to do is to respect the man. The man's supposed to respect, the woman's supposed to respect the man, while the man's supposed to love the woman as he loves himself. So you could be with a woman who don't really love you, but she respects you and she understands the circumstances and she prepared to live with you. Another issue, sometimes we put so much pressure on relationship because we don't want to have children. And when a woman meets a man, if she don't want to have children, from day one, she must say that.
True.
I don't want to have children. Because most men come with women for children, for creation.
Really?
And some men wouldn't even tolerate you. They may not tell you, but deep down they don't even bother with you on this family planet. Because they see children as a gift of God and they want children. So you come with this issue about family planning and you go make 2. They tell you yes, but they hope you make 22.
But there are also men that do not want children.
You have some men that will say that if they find the woman, look at she go say that. No, man is a hunter. You have to understand.
This is
a man is a
not
hunter.
right.
You have to understand a man is a hunter. The man's supposed to be the one going and search for the woman. And he'll do what it takes. You have patience. And if the woman says she don't want children, the man might say, no problem, I don't want. If the woman says she want 2, the man might say, let me make 3. But all the time, it's 13 the man want to make.
But can he afford to look after 13? Can he afford to look after 13?
Yes.
Okay.
One of the challenges, why our country is so unproductive, is because men don't have enough children. Because you might have 1 child, you say it's just 1 child, I have ain't bothering. Just 2 children I have, I don't bother me, wife working out. But if you have 10, you might be more productive. And we have seen that a lot. Yeah. Secondly, marriage has a serious religious connotation and stance. So marriage is a lot about religion. That's why we get married. Because of religion, and some religion, particularly Christian religion, say 1 man, 1 woman. You know, if he's Muslim, is 1 man, 5 women.
I'm not touching that
So
this morning.
let's concentrate on the Christian religion, because most of us in Grenada is Christian. If the relationship is not productive, then the relationship is more likely to fracture. What I mean by that? You're not building anything. The woman working for herself, the man working for herself, no children in the house, no dog, no cat, nothing. Later on, when the woman reach the age around 35, 37, and she feels she might make children again, she make one. And then these two people have this child inside there as a pawn. And the child gets fat, and out of order, and ill-disciplined. That relationship is not very productive. Sometimes you're in a relationship for 2 years. You ain't producing nothing. You don't have a dog, you don't have a cat, you don't have a child, you don't married. Both of you living in different places, or you have a tourist relationship. When you have productive relationship, where you decide to have love, and love to me is sacrifice and need. I need you, so I'm going to make sacrifice for you. We have a new breed of women who believe that they mustn't take care of the man. They mustn't cook, they mustn't take care of the man. And sometimes women have to ask themselves, when I take out the sex out of the relationship, what do I give in the relationship? Because the man gives you this, he gives you that, he gives you that, and he expects you to give him sex. And I notice we talk about body and feelings, and not brain and religion and God and etc. So when you remove, a lot of women, when you remove sex in a relationship, there is nothing. So men is likely to lose the potency on the way. And when the man loses his potency, what about this relationship means nothing, because he perhaps can give sex no more. So when you have to, a woman must always ask herself, ask themselves, when I remove sex from the relationship, what do I put? What part I play in the relationship? Because you may not be cooking and washing for the man, there might not be any psychological, mental, or spiritual support. So what is? Sometimes a next woman just there on the side, she understands, she read the play, and she feed the man, she take care of the man, and she take the man from you. So we a lot of discussion have to go around among young people. And women must not be naive, because the man is a hunter. And a lot of men recognize that as I grow older, I'm going to lose my level of potency. What I'm going to do 3, 4 in one night, no, I only have one little one. And I have a cold pot to warm it up. So that is why you see most of the men who have children in the community, they had those children by 40. And after 40 years, they get slower. Oxytocin levels start to drop. The blood HB is not 16 and 17 again, it's 9 and 10 now. And they move slower. So there seems and appear to be more loyal. But really, the oxytocin level in the body starts to drop. And instead of having a gas stove, they have a little coal pot. Now, a lot of people must learn to strengthen the relationship by encouragement, by perhaps listening to good program and attending church. The church helps you in heaven and hell. But it helps the man to be a little bit more committed and perhaps to be more prudent and discreet. That doesn't mean that a man don't have flaws. Sometimes the man doing a little thing, but he do it so far you don't hear. You wipe him out dry. You're not behaving like a mandarin. So the public don't know, and the sanctity of his relationship could continue in the woman's eye.
Is it time for me to tell you goodbye?
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
This man crazy, I'm telling you. Crazy he is.
Francis.
It's 2 minutes to 9. The news is going to come up.
Oh my
but
gosh.
he made some points.
No, he made some
valid points. But at the same time, though, as we go back to Jay, we have to know. And he did this thing about the respect.
So do we have a call again?
Yes, but it is 2 minutes to 9 o'clock. So, Clifford? Hello?
Good afternoon.
No, man. Here now. The news is going to come up in a minute. Call after the news. Is that okay?
Yeah, it will be better.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, as Jay says, the thing that we do with our children is what causes us to be in that situation that we're in right now. And as you brought up about the respect and everything like that, if somebody is talking about respect, then it goes both ways, because if I'm giving you respect and I'm not getting, you won't always get, you know that, right?
Yeah, it goes.
It is 9 o'clock, it's news, and we'll be right back.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest update of news as produced by Triple N. Details when we get back.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Hello and welcome back. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell engaged in a meeting with the 12 tribes of Israel, a Rastafari religious group founded universally in 1968. The primary agenda of the meeting revolved around addressing concerns associated with land issues and exploring opportunities for additional farmland. Prime Minister Mitchell reaffirms government's commitment to cultivating collaboration with diverse groups and organizations within our nation for a cohesive and sustainable future. In the region, St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre distanced his government from a contentious tax bill, clarifying Friday it originated under his predecessor, while reiterating his own focus on tax relief and citizen support. Despite opposition accusations, Philip emphasized the draft laws pre-existing genesis in a 2020 directive from the previous administration and pledged further public consultation before any potential implementation.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre asserted Friday that a controversial tax administration bill currently circulating originated under the previous Alan Chastney administration, despite accusations it was proposed by Pierre's government. Addressing reporters, Pierre said the draft legislation aims to consolidate 12 existing tax laws into a single bill, an initiative that began with a 2020 directive from Chastney, who was then Prime Minister and Finance Minister.
First and foremost, I want to make it clear that the draft bill in circulation was initiated during the term of the United Workers' Party administration, as evidenced by Cabinet Conclusion number 1511 of 2020. The Cabinet Conclusion reads, and I quote, "Cabinet considered a memorandum dated 13th November 2020, submitted by the Department of Finance, and approved the request for creation of the Tax Administration and Procedures Act to harmonize the administrative, collections, and penal provisions of the various pieces of legislation that are currently administered by the Inland Revenue Department."
Around the globe, EU's internal struggles amid Red Sea tensions.
The EU countries' divided reactions to the US-led naval coalition against Houthi attacks in the Red Sea show that it's difficult for the West to become truly united on Middle East policies, a Spanish expat told China Central Television on Friday. The biggest problem now is that the escalation of the conflict has affected all ships traveling from Asia to Europe. Cargo ships can no longer enter the Red Sea through the Suez Canal. Now, they have to go all the way to the south of the Cape of Good Hope area in South Africa and then make a turn north. Apart from Spain, EU countries including Italy and France also sit on the fence and refuse to sign a statement proposed by 10 countries defending the attacks.
And in sports, England captain Ben Stokes is good to go for the first test against India in Hyderabad on Thursday, says coach Brendan McCullum.
Stokes, 32, had surgery on a long-standing left knee problem in November. This ends the latest update of news. Thank you for listening.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Get ready to experience the electrifying energy of the 2024 Carifta Games. This prestigious event brings together the finest young athletes from across the Caribbean, showcasing their talent, speed, and determination in a quest for glory. With the motto, many people, one region. Celebrating athletics, Carifta embodies the spirit of unity and celebration, igniting a flame that will shape the future of sports in the region. Don't miss out on the action at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium from Saturday, March 30th to Monday, 1st April 2024. Secure your spot now by purchasing your tickets at Grenadian Optical or visiting gotofed.com. Join us in celebrating the athleticism and excellence of the Caribbean.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Siss.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Siss.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Siss. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody.
He talking about hungry all of them. I'm really hungry, let me tell you.
Oh gosh, let's welcome back our listeners and viewers. Claire, it's Real 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com, and a good looking Tuesday morning, that's for sure. Just been outside. Oh my gosh.
Listen, so we were before Jay called and we were talking about how we can solve the problem, and so I think Clifford is calling back. Good morning.
Not Clifford.
Oh, you? Okay, good. Good morning.
That sounds like trouble, yes?
No, you don't know trouble. You can't tell me this week.
Just call to laugh Mr. Pierre.
Uh-huh.
You know, Mr. Pierre said things just about us to call, and then he realizes you and get you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, life is a Bella Roses, which is not a Bella Roses.
Mm-hmm.
But we, as women and as men, we could make life easy. You looking for saying that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I might be stupid, you know. I don't go into no concession for no man. I don't make him know what we I'm making a wife to interfere with me. But not for man, not for woman. Because the problem is, I make war with you for Tam. Tomorrow, please God, Tam leave me, Tam leave you.
Yep.
Tam go and look for somebody else.
Yep.
When we do hear the cry, Tam married and he settled down. And the burning is, after Tam ignores, Tam might find, well, we're looking good, he's still coming back and we're still going back below Tam again. So when you look at life, it's an easy thing, but it's a hard thing. And you as the woman, you have to make it easy for you. You don't have to make it hard for you. Because with me, they know, I don't say maybe, I don't know. You deal with me, and you do me thing, and he burn me, he hurt me. That is why I say I don't make it war for man. You do me thing, and he hurt me, he burn me. I don't have to make no war with you. All I know I could leave you. Simple like that. And I think again I hear Mr. Pierre talk about. And what I say, we women nowadays, the youth, the generation living now, they're too lazy. I had my 4 children, and I take in night and make day. And I just tell people that, and I just say that the only thing I do to mind my children is to make fears. Because from morning I don't believe in that soup thing. I always believe, even though I come and help you do something, you give me a piece of food, you give me a $2, I'm satisfied with that.
Right.
I don't like that kind of lying down thing. And up to now I get old now and I still don't like it. The ladies and them now, they're too lazy. Now, in my days when I used to work, $6. If I go and do something, give somebody, I get a little $10. And I used to contend with it. Now they're working for big money, and now they don't want to work.
True.
Easy thing for them, lie down first, get up last. No, you can't do in your little thing what God give you. You can't do in your body that you go do. I hear Mr. Pierre say something there.
No, don't even repeat what he said. Mr. Pierre said a lot of wrong things.
You don't know along what line she touching on, Clay.
And what Mr. Pierre say is good, but it's bad. Because, yes, you go take me, I have one child, you go have sex with me, because I'm lazy, I don't want to go and do work. When I go and die, I get a next child again. You leave me, I see another man again, the same. When I go, I get the next one again. No, that is not right.
True.
And I think again, we have to put it on both sides. Man has to work and mind the child. Woman has to work and mind the child. But in a case like that, the man does studying you with the child. Is your child? Walk and make the man see you could walk and beat out, you don't depend on him. Yes, he has to mind the child. But if you don't want to mind the child, you can force him to mind the child. But put your head up, place up and put your head up and put your body down below. Swim. But some don't doing that.
Thanks, General. Thank you very much. You're right. And a lot of people saying that you're right on the live. Thank you so much.
You have to look for yourself.
You see the thing, General.
Again, I will advise
Go ahead.
woman, because me is a woman to do. Try, please, I'm begging the generation, fight and to build a house for yourself. Don't take the body and go and put inside a man's house. You catch much freedom below them.
What are you catching?
Much freedom. Real trouble is seen. But if you have you like a piece of house, as I used to do, if I did with you and you do me something, I don't know what to make with you,
You're going home?
Hey, if it's a dress I have at you or underwear, I put it in a plastic, I put it below me arm,
and home
you are gone.
I hear you, Mama.
I don't make war with people. I like to curse. Well, not now, before. But you have to interfere with me for to curse you, not for man.
I hear you. You're right.
Not for man. I don't cursing for man. I don't make war for man.
As you say, they leave us right and go and somewhere else.
and then they leave both of us at making the war, and they go now look for somebody else by St. David. You making child give them false. We just didn't know they could have sex maybe to make child. You making child give them false, and then they still living you with the one child or the two children, and you're gonna get somebody what have a bungle of children for next man and married.
Somebody say you're rowing, you know, Ken.
Let the aisle sour on them.
Okay.
But we're sorry for them too much.
No, it's not. I don't think it's sorry. I think we lose respect for ourselves. That's what it is. A lot of us as women do not respect ourselves, and we accept anything that anyone does to us. And
we ugly and I don't ashamed. I don't accept anything. No.
Let Carol go about you.
Bye, Carol have light, I tell you. But no, it's Jester.
Hey.
When you come down to the wire, all that Carol says is just we have a lack of respect for ourselves because we are thinking that somebody always has to look after us. And we put ourselves in that situation where, as you said, we don't want to work. We don't want to do anything, and we do all the wrong things to get what we want to get. But if you work, really, you work and you put yourself in a position where you want to feel good about yourself and have some self-respect, you will achieve whatever it is that you set out to do. But when you take laziness as a profession, there's no way. Nothing is going to happen for you.
But I must say, Claire, I am impressed with a lot of young ladies. I am seeing a lot of young ladies on their own.
Yes.
I mean, building their houses and things, man.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to these young ladies and them on their own.
See, these are the women that made of metal and steel. They know what they want and they're going for it.
Number of young ladies moving in that direction.
Zephyrin says good morning, and he said Ken rowing. She was rowing. She was only Ken.
Good morning, Zephyrin.
Ingrid Bond, good morning. Trouble, Double F, good morning. One Aquat, good morning. Adrian Watts, good morning to you. Thank you all for checking in. So just continue. It says, sure, these fights, we talk about the arguments and we fighting and stuff. It said these fights can be frustrating, but they can also be incredibly satisfying once you finally tackle the unhidden issue that needs to be talked through to elevate the relationship. Addressing these emotionally charged issues requires effort. One must be thoughtful of triggers, understand the other's perspective, discuss past grievances objectively, and strive to meet their partner's need. While these fights may linger, you can break free of this cycle with warm, open, positive, and honest communication. Just know it will take as long as it needs to. Patience and perseverance are your allies. These are your friends. Patience. You can't go in it and just like infatuation, boom, and you solve the problem. It has a process. You have to talk. You have to listen. And sometimes we are our own worst enemies because we want things happen now. We think the process is taking too long, especially when you're in a relationship that has gone on and on and on, and you say, well, nothing is happening here. Let me just get it over and done with.
Yeah. The thing about it, Claire, despite all that's been said, I'm pretty sure that some people might be asking themselves, if they have to live it over, would they go down that same road, or would they just tend to
stay
for themselves, just be on their own?
Sometimes, let me tell you something, Jester. Sometimes being on your own is better than being in something that is not there, that is non-existent. Because if you're on your own, you don't expect anything from anybody.
Yeah.
You don't expect anybody to visit you. You don't expect anybody to do anything for you because you know you are numero uno. You are on your own. So anything that happens to you, you are responsible for you. But if you have a so-called relationship and you expect things to happen and it's not happening, then it's better you be on your own.
Yeah, listening to a lot of people in moving around, sometimes a lot of people feel like, maybe I should have just been on my own, just.
Because some people are in a relationship to say that they are in a relationship. That's so that people wouldn't say, well, look at her, she's lonely, But hey, sometimes you don't know if my loneliness is my happiness.
Yeah. But you know.
Oh, not my loneliness, my aloneness.
Yeah, being alone. Yeah. Being
It's
alone, you know, being lonely. You know.
No,
some people
loneliness
get
is
twisted
different.
to that.
Oh, they twist it right and say, oh, she's
yeah.
lonely. I am not lonely if I want to be alone.
Yeah, being alone doesn't mean that you're lonely.
So it says the problem is avoiding certain conversations out of fear of confrontation, which signals a massive loss of trust in your partner. This reluctance to discuss sensitive topics shows you're uncomfortable disclosing private aspects of yourself or articulating the fullness of your needs. If you can't tell them when you are upset, how can you approach them with a vulnerable request about something else that matters to you? When it reaches this point, your partner may not be seen as a collaborator for effective problem solving, but instead an adversary. You're not on the same side anymore. So we can't come to a conclusion, we can't come to a understanding of anything. So it's let's go. We have a call. Good morning. You came out under the covers. Good morning.
Good morning, CJ.
How are you? I haven't heard you in a while. I said, well, they're undercover and you can't come out, you peeping out. What gives?
Good morning, CJ. Good morning, Jester.
Good morning. She doesn't start up very slow. She warming up.
Tell me.
No, I'm not warming up.
Okay.
I'm not warming up.
You're hot. Let's go.
CJ, how are you doing?
I am good. I'm good. I'm really good.
That's good. Your topic this month. I listened to the various callers. And I just say, thank God I grew up with I won't say grew up, but I had the opportunity of being around my grandmother, one of my grandmother. You know, it is said life is a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Most High, in His creation, He gave us two hands. And His word says, blessed is the hand that giveth than the hand that receiveth. CJ, in life, relationship, whether it be intimate, social, otherwise, you must have communication. Communication is not a one-sided thing. That's why I said life is a two-way street. So in communicating, you don't get one person doing all the talking, one person trying to figure out what the problem is. You have two hands. You can be a receiver, and not giving. Anytime in a relationship you observe this is taking place, that should be your red flag. That should be your signal. That should tell you, well, something isn't working. Many a times, in all relationships, there will be problems.
Mm-hmm.
There will be problems. The thing is, how do we get past that problem? If you have one person trying to make ends meet in terms of the talking and everything, and the other one isn't paying attention and never have time, then you know what you know. Too many a times, both male and female enter into a relationship. At the beginning, they tell each other, I love you. And that's what most people get trapped with. I love you. But is it really love or I want you? And then we're going now to need and want. If you love somebody, you would need that person. You wouldn't just want that person. So many a times, we take want for love, and want is only because of what we could get from either party, both male and female. When one of the party, one person realizes, well, okay, there is no love there. That relationship is merely because of want to showcase you, to showcase yourself. Then that person would have to, as we would say, draw the line. Because how long would you allow that to go for? How long? Some people are in a relationship just for a showcase, to show up themselves so that they look good on the outside. And they don't care, according to the old saying, tree fat as to what is taking place at the home and the inside. So, with all that has been said before, all the other callers, I would say to our young people in particular, don't let infatuation, and I'm coming back to your words, don't let infatuation shield your eyes, making you believe it is love. There are too many signs out there for persons not to know what is love. Anybody going in a relationship for want, find yourself a job. Find yourself a job.
True.
Find yourself a job. Go and work for what you want. Don't use a relationship just for what you want. Nah, It hasn't worked before. It's not working, and it still would not work in the future. If you love somebody, you will need that person, not wanting that person. And that's my advice
so very much.
The persons who are thinking of getting involved in a relationship. Think about it. In a relationship, you must have communication, you must have love. But on the side, ask yourself, which is that two word you want to join with love and communication? Is it need or want?
Thank you very much for your contribution.
Have a good day.
You too have yourself a wonderful day.
No.
She takes her time and really make her contribution. It's so meaningful, right?
Yeah. And it's she cannot say it any better. There's nothing I could say to add to that. Nothing at all. And that's what she said, need. Because you see, Jester, want has no end. We all want things. We want things on a daily basis. You want see something, you want to do this. When you need something, you take more care of it. And I always use my daughter as an example with this thing. When she was going to college, she says, "Mom, can you get me this laptop?" I said, "Okay." So tell me where to go get it. And I went to the Apple store. That time I didn't know Apple things are expensive. So I went to the Apple store and I saw it and I'm like, what? $1,500 at the time. And mine cost about $4 something. So I went to him and I said, which part of Apple I'm getting in that? I said, $1,500, She said, yeah, I need it for college. And so I said, let's make a deal. I said, I'll pay half of it. You pay the other half. Because she walked in, So she said, okay. And let me tell you, this child, that computer lasted for years. And you know why? She spent money for it.
So maybe if it was yours
If it was my money alone, let me tell you, because mom could buy it for her. It would go through all over the place. Mind you, the drill, but she wouldn't care much about it. But because she know that she needs that computer and she needed to take her money and buy it, it was treated differently. So what Ms. Ferguson is saying there with the need, people want people all the time. And they make no bones about saying, I want you. But do they really need you in their life? Because you can be there. And that's why it says, Jester. Let me read that part for you. It says, if you find yourself, because that's part of the 4 points. It says, when you're disconnected and can't move beyond entrenched, well-defended positions in the argument, it is time to question whether your relationship allows for change at the necessary level. If not, you might need to consider whether something different is required for your own well-being, okay? The next point is, how stonewalling can hurt your relationship. You feel alone even when you are next to them. That's when you know if the person needs you or you're just there for want. It says, if you find yourself longing to do things alone or fantasizing about moments they won't be around, so you can't participate in the activities you enjoy, that's an invitation to pause and reflect further. That means everything you're doing by yourself and you're okay with it, you have to reflect. When you are in a thriving relationship, you want to do some of your alone things with your partner. When your relationship is surviving, listen to it, when you're in a thriving relationship, you'll want to do some of your alone things with your partner, so you want to do it together. When your relationship is surviving, you feel lonely, even when they are next to you doing the same thing, as if there is an emotional abyss between you. You may feel misunderstood, trapped, shut down, on edge, and uncomfortable being around them. Taken to an extreme, you may find yourself judging your partner and the things they value. If you're not putting in the time and energy to nurture a connection, you will grow apart. Remember that spark we spoke about earlier?
Yeah.
Right. It will make sense to keep doing your own thing until you look up one day and realize you're living completely separate lives. When you and your partner feel disconnected on a fundamental level, no longer prioritize the same values and find it hard to get along, it becomes a challenge to co-create a shared future. Why commit to a future together when the present moment feels so dissatisfying to be in? Great point. So if it's not working together and you're fighting to make something work, sooner or later you're asking yourself why.
But Claire, one of the problems in our society and within our culture, right? And I always say it, and I've been observing for the longest time. We in Grenada enter into a relationship, we don't take time to date each other. We don't get to know of each other for a long time before we submit ourselves to each other to that great extent, meaning that you got all intimate. Next thing you know, you get pregnant and a child is at hand. And as time progresses, you realize that sort of compatibility doesn't exist. But it's just because of how we are functioning, how we get our partners.
We have a call. Good morning.
Good morning, CJ. Good morning, Jester. And good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing?
We are doing good.
Good morning to that refreshing voice.
So, what I wanted to say is that relationships, they take time to build. Let's say you're just starting off in a relationship. It takes time to build. But if year after year, you see there is no growth, no progress, especially in discussing plans for the future, to me, it may indicate that the relationship may not succeed, and it may mean time to come to an end. It doesn't mean just bringing it to an end suddenly, but if you keep trying and you realize that your partner do not want to talk about the future, there's no plans for the future, then I think that is an indication that the relationship may not succeed. That's just my 2 cents today.
That is a lot of sense, baby. Let me tell you. A whole lot of sense. That might turn into dollars. But thank you so very much.
Okay, have a good day.
You too.
Hey, Lorna,
Give
how
Princess
then?
Daniela help for me. Yes.
Yeah.
So, can we say it any differently?
Yeah, you know. Then again, as she started off, which was the very set point I was making. You know, you gotta grow and it take
And you
time
see,
to know.
and that's the thing. In the culture, we use the culture and we say this is our culture. But when are we going to break free from the culture that is destroying us, Jester? When? Because we all seem to think, oh, well, that is what we know, and but there are a lot of things that we know, but we go and do something else because we don't want to do it. So why is it that we're stuck in that rut where we have to continue going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny, and nothing is coming out at the end of it all? Right? It says, it was asking why come together when in a present moment it feels like dissatisfying to there's nothing good coming out of it. Good morning, NP. Stephen Francis, good morning to you too. It says here's a quick exercise to self-reflect. And remember we're talking about, at the beginning we said we have to do some assessment, right? It said a useful exercise to help you see things clearly. Write down a simple list of all the activities you do on a regular basis. Good morning. Okay, hang on.
Oh, that's
go. Write down all the things you do on a regular basis. Give each one a rough percentage of the time of the activities you do of the time you spend on it. What you do alone or with your partner. Which one gives you energy or take from you? Which activities do you commit to out of obligation versus authentic desire? That's a good list to make. Because if you are the only one giving, and you're giving, and you're giving, and the other party is just there taking, and then you start questioning yourself, well, what is this? Am I,
It should be a two-way street.
Am I a philanthropist? I just keep giving to make things, You understand? The answers to these questions may reveal surprising truth. Here's the other point. You just know it. Our subconscious mind controls 95% of our lives, meaning that a majority of our decisions, actions, emotions, and behaviors are influenced beyond our conscious awareness. These imperceptible signals are picked up by our mind-body connection, registering as a gut instinct that tells us something is not right. You remember I always talk about that gut feeling.
Yeah.
And
is there a next word for it? I think intuition.
Intuition.
Intuition is
or your
word.
instinct.
Yeah.
Once you've stopped confiding in your partner, it's likely you've also stopped craving physical and emotional intimacy with them too. Gut feelings are easy to dismiss until we unpack the science. Emerging research notes the gut is linked to the enteric nervous system, which works alongside the brain to communicate in parallel, which ultimately plays a major instinctive part in our physical and emotional states. So our brain and so here it is. That is why the gut is known as the second brain. So when you simply know something to be true, even you can't put it into words or logically figure out how you know it, don't dismiss what your gut is telling you. There's a reason why they call it a deep knowing or inner truth. Your intuition is intelligently designed. So when I say to Jester, I know you're lying. I mean, people, it's just, he's sitting in front of me. It's not him. When I say, I know you're lying, and I cannot put my finger exactly on the lie that you told, my gut here is telling me that I am on to something. People will do things, and you ask the question, and they'll deny it from now until the cow come home. But you see that thing here? It never lies. Sometimes you get mixed up because you're emotionally and mentally overcharged, but it is the truth that is coming at you. It says, is it my gut or just anxiety talking? Let's hear what it says. Many people find it hard to tell the differences between the gut and anxiety. So let's talk about it different. When your instincts are fear-based, listen to that, when it is fear-based, Your thoughts will feel overly analytical, obsessive, uncertain, and full of rumination. When your instincts are coming from your intuition or your gut, your thoughts will feel clear, truthful, unhurried, and consistent. So when when you fear of what you think, like I think you're having a relationship besides the one that you have with me, and I'm fearful that this is what is going on. My gut instinct could be all over the place. But when my instinct, very good, are coming from intuition or my gut, my thoughts will be clear, truthful, unhurried, and consistent. So there's nothing you can tell me that will change what I know. You may not admit that what I'm telling you is the truth because you feel that, well, if I know the truth, it's going to cause a lot of more problems. But my gut is already telling me that I know the truth.
But they say your gut is always correct.
Your gut is 95% of your brain and your gut. That's why they call it the second brain. Intuition. So let me ask you something. Do you sometimes feel that you know something is going on somewhere, but you cannot put your finger on it? Good morning. We have a call again. Good morning. Hello?
CJ?
Yes?
I just yeah, I could laugh now.
Okay.
Yes, you're laughing because I call back.
Mm-hmm.
Two things.
Mm-hmm.
Two things, CJ. One, for those who want to be in a relationship, and Jester say, want to be in a relationship, and you're walking around with a nice sneakers, or you have a nice slippers. Remember, if that sneakers bust or that slippers bust, you'd be walking barefoot. Always remember that, because you're in a relationship because of want. CJ, have you ever considered how the hands are when we pray?
Yeah.
We clasp the hands together. Have you ever noticed that when we are praying, the left hand is extended above the right hand? When the hand are clasped together, the left hand is above the right hand, or the right hand is above the left hand?
No. I've never paid attention to that. No, it's
both
together.
Both hands are clasped together, and the fingers are matching each other. Right. That's just what I wanted to add.
Thank you.
So, the women that in a relationship for want, think about that. The men that in a relationship for want, think about that. And the hands are clasped together to pray. The fingers measures the same.
Right. Thank you so much.
That's just it.
So here, somebody wrote there. So you were talking about dating. It said the society we live in don't allow Grenadians to date because if one is not in a committed relationship and they chose to date multiple people, a woman would be called the worst set of names, which is true. We don't want to say the names that they call. You know, when Santa Claus passing in Christmas and he say the what, that Santa Claus thing, women are going to be labeled as that.
No. I'm not.
No. They're not telling you that. As you said, we don't take enough time to date.
Yeah, but I'm saying with that one person.
Oh, with one person.
Yeah.
But when you're dating is not about. Based on what I know, dating is that you date different people to get to know the person that is right.
But you could date one person for a very long period of time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm speaking about in that case.
Trouble FF says, and this is so true. When you tell them your gut tell you that they are cheating, they make you feel like you are going crazy. They are watching you dead in your eyes and lie to you. Girl, oh boy, you cannot say it any different. Lie like a rug They lie down flat so. They lying like rugs, let me tell you. Watching your eye dead center. And you're going like, are you for real? That gut is not lying. It is telling you the truth. So it says here. Ay. We talk about the
I never see you enjoy your program so much. You've really this one.
No.
That's your baby.
No,
that had to turn out to be your baby.
No. It's not. Last week I was enjoying myself.
Goodness gracious.
No, you see, last week I was enjoying myself, and you take offense on what I did last week. So I decided I'm going cool this week.
No, you wasn't enjoying yourself as much as you're enjoying yourself. This
but
one.
no. I'm just speaking facts.
That's your baby subject.
But this is my baby. Let me make it crawl with me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Matheson. How are you?
Miss Madison, good morning.
Not too bad.
How is Carrico this morning?
Carrico looking fresh and healthy because we had a rain.
Oh, okay. Good. All right.
With the Grenada don't keep it all to themselves.
We hear you. We share. We are not greedy.
I was listening to your program, but I got nothing about myself to talk about. Well, we have, but it's not that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
One relationship growing up like a tree. Just
Good.
So I listened to what you said and I heard you mention this word. You know, sometimes a relationship does be like a bitter pill to swallow. Yes, it's bitter. And when the truth comes home to you, it does hurt. And you realize sometimes it's time for a change. I have a girlfriend. I could only say that story. Very, very young, when I was 20-something, my early 20s. She literally far from me in England. And we work together. And every evening, I usually help her carry some big, heavy bags. I said, what have you got in this bag? She said, yam, sweet potato, etc., etc. Because she have a new boyfriend and she feeding the boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like a relationship of convenience.
Right.
The thing about it, she had a house, she had a place, so accommodation. So therefore, he moved in with her. She was happy because she never had a boyfriend for a long time. I was happy for her too because she was singing a song. She always come and see me. She was very, very happy. Unfortunately, the boyfriend got sick. And he got sick. She had to rush him to the hospital with appendicitis. So he came back from hospital. But when he came back from hospital and he's at home, well, she take care of him, convalescing. She take care of him. But she keep telling me, I said, everything is all right. She doesn't look happy as before. I said, how is it? She tell me it's okay. But unfortunately, what she's saying to me, you know something, whenever I cook food and I leave it there for my son go and play football in the afternoon. When he come home, he don't get any food. He eat all the food. I said, what are you talking about? Because in our house, nobody eats each other food. Your food is your food. She said to me, no. When I came back, my son, Stephen, my boyfriend ate all the food. And I said, but you already gave him his lunch. She said, yes, she gave him. And she goes to work. So we used to go to work in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, he got better. When he got better, she hardly see him. He goes out in the night and he come home about 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So she realized now he go gambling and he come back very early in the morning, late, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So she said, I had enough of that. She said, I'm going to put him out. I said, no, you have to teach him a lesson. She said, what do you mean? I said, don't put him out during the day as you plan to put him out during the day. It's daylight. He come back in the night, put him out in the night. She said to me, how can I do that? I say, listen, wait for him when he come back, get all his stuff and put it in front of the door, right? Take everything what he have. So when he will knock the door and he will take what belongs to him. She said he came back for 2. She done it. She put all his stuff in front of the door and he came back. When he came back, he knocked on the door. She said, you didn't come back for me. You only come to collect your stuff. She said, Teresa, I've been looking at him. And when I'm looking at him, when the shoes, he don't know what, because he took his shoes off was to come inside. She said, don't know what foot to put, the left foot going to the right foot in the shoe. Right foot in the left. He keeps spinning around. And I said, did he go? She said, yes, he gone. She went back to her apartment, so he gone. So anyway, what he did, she said, after a few weeks, she pressed the lift to go downstairs, but unfortunately, someone upstairs called for the lift.
Mm-hmm.
So someone called for the lift went upstairs. When the door opened, she saw him and the girlfriend, a girl from upstairs.
What?
They come up because once the lift opened, the apartment is right in front facing the lift. So she could see exactly who is coming out from the apartment. And she saw him and the girl upstairs, which is one of her friends, with him they coming down. She said, I said, what did he do? She said, he was so shocked when he see me. So you see, he didn't go far. He just went upstairs. He didn't move out. He moved
I got
out.
you. Yeah.
Okay? So I said to her, it is a relationship of convenience. You only want to do as a convenience. And when the truth come home, it's a bitter pill to swallow. So take it and you have to live with that and learn from experience. So I couldn't talk about myself. I mean, the only reason I could talk about my friend, that girl, because she's in England. And I left England years ago.
Yeah.
Use it as experience.
Thank you.
So have a nice day.
You
it's
too.
a wonderful program you have, and I'm really enjoying it.
Thank you.
You take care.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Mrs. Matheson.
So just I'm not the only one that enjoy Ms. Matheson is too. So here it says, but I will say this: if you live an unhealthy lifestyle with factors such as stress, anxiety, inactivity, poor diet choices, and lack of sleep, it will contribute to an imbalanced gut microbiome. This means your mental health will be impacted and your instinct will feel out of whack. For optimal cognitive functioning, it is imperative to align your body, your mind, and soul with nourishing self-practices so you can trust your intuition. If you've been contemplating ending your relationships, regardless of whether or not you can clearly say why, don't over-intellectualize what's happening. Pay attention to your body and what it's telling you, which you can only know when you slow down through mindfulness. You don't have to have a big reason to break up with your partner and read articles after articles. If you're meant to be together, you'll just know it. And here's the other point. What this means for you. Relationships are always workable because love is a choice. But sometimes there is no amount of work that can make a wrong relationship right. Call, I'm coming to you. While you can always try out new strategies, techniques, and tools to improve your relationship, constantly finding an angle back to a connection where you can communicate or grow together is the definition of sunk cost fallacy. You don't need to wait for a vicious fight or a breach of trust to happen so you can feel confident about ending the relationship. If you have been wanting to leave, that's the only reason you need to go. Let me take the call and we'll come back. Good morning.
Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Jester. How
Good
are you guys?
morning to my favorite person in the whole wide world.
Morning, sir. Morning.
Wow. I think that's a compliment.
A big one. A big one.
I'm running with it real fast. I just called in to say I'm really loving the program. It's growing from strength to strength.
Thank you.
And I'm hearing the callers coming in and really expressing themselves about it. And I think the avenue to release some of those things and share some of the wisdom that is stored up outside there is really, really, really encouraging to hear and see. And thank you for a fantastic program. I know it's close to the end, so I'm just calling to say this morning, I listened to most of it. I was doing some financial transaction, and actually I'm distracted listening.
I am so sorry, but I'm not.
That was terrible. That was terrible of me. I did that to me. That was not you.
Okay.
I chose to listen, so that was my choice to do that. And the gentleman that called in, oh my Lord, he spoke so much there.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the other callers, they
Yeah.
really and truly presented and give us some ideas of how we can, cope with some of the stresses of life. And that's what it is, right? Stresses of life.
Yes.
Things that we choose to do to ourselves. So I know it's coming up on the 10 o'clock hour, and you have news and everything, and you have to close off. But thank you, and continue.
Thank you so very much.
Have a great day, guys.
Thank
you so very much.
See, my favorite caller in the whole wide world.
Yeah. But,
all right, take care, guys.
Okay,
all right, have a lovely day, sir.
No, you see, the thing is, as I say, we try to, and you said I'm enjoying this program this morning.
Yeah.
Miss
Your baby subject,
you
man.
know, my favorite caller in the world is enjoying it also, Miss Matheson. Everybody's enjoying it, but you want to take
No.
target
Look at the
this
glow on
morning.
you. Look at the glow on you.
I
man.
did.
My gosh. You're telling me about that?
I did. So I have a glow this one, and I
Oh
used
my
a different
gosh.
lotion this morning. I said, no, I'm fine. But no, the thing is just, we have to when it comes down to the wire of it all, relationship is not a one-way street.
I agree.
It's two. And it takes two people to make it work. And if you are the only one putting the work in, and I'm the only one putting the work on different thing, how is it possible that we're going to end up somewhere good with it? The spark is gone. Like you said, the blaze is gone. The spark should be there to get the blaze going, and it's not. We in a kind of stalemate. We can't move from anywhere. If you have something that you have to say and you won't say it because you don't want me to get upset, or you don't want to say what it is, then you are putting the relationship in dire straits, because the gut, that GUT, gut, it tells you your whole story, Jester. And I talk to you all the time, we talk about all kinds of stupidness, and you always hear me talking about that gut feeling. And my gut never leads me wrong yet. And I'm always going to rely on it. And if it says it's the second brain, and if it's your brain that is motivating everything in you, and your gut is doing the same, don't put it aside. Somebody said to ask Jester, why is it that men think that they can treat women the way they want to treat them, and not, they're asking you that as a man, not that they're saying that you're doing it, They're asking you in the form of a man. Treat you the way, and what are you thinking? What does men think when they treat us that way? But let me tell you something, Calder. Hold on.
What is the question? You want to repeat the question from me.
CJ, I just wonder if men does think about how they treat women. Ask Jester for me, what does be thinking when you all treat us the way you all treat us. But I'm going to answer this for you, Trouble FM, because hold on, I'm going to answer her. Always.
You want to answer the question for me?
Yep. No, I'm answering for me on my behalf.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead, go ahead. You think you're easy?
No, I'm realistic. Let me tell you something, Trouble Double F. And put that in your pipe and smoke it. People will always treat you the way you want them to treat you. Always remember, people will treat you the way you want them to treat you. So if you are in a relationship and your significant other is always putting you down and telling you the worst things, and you're not standing up for yourself, is because you allow that person to treat you that way. Because if you do not have respect for yourself, don't expect anybody else to have respect for you. Jay spoke about this morning about what men don't need love. They need respect. So why is it that they open their mouth and tell you they love you? And they expect you to tell them, I love you too, if they don't need love and it's respect they need. Because if you are going to want my respect, then treat me the same way as you expect me to treat you. This is what they call the golden rule. Do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. So if you're disrespecting me, you expect to get respect from me, right? Yeah. It doesn't work that way.
Claire, I just think you take that statement too literal. Really.
Which one?
I don't think what you just say about love and respect.
But it says men. No.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not taking it literal. I'm saying what he says. Men don't care about really if you love them, they need respect. And he's right. Because first thing you hear, you have no respect for me. You don't do this and you're disrespectful. That is the word that goes around in all relationship, whether it is platonic or whatever, is you have no respect for me. And I've learned today that respect is a big thing when it comes to the male and the ego. Because when you disrespect them, you kind of shot the ego. No. You tell me if I'm wrong or not. You hear other people talk about it. People talk about it there. You hear Miss Ferguson talk about the ego. It is a thing that you all hold on to for dear life. And anybody were to take a stance and say something against it, is like you destroy the manhood and you destroy the ego. And if you sit there, Jester, and look at me straight in my eye and lie like a rug and tell me I'm not telling the truth, then you and I, relationship over.
No, Claire, nobody wants disrespect, and being honest, respect must go both ways, and I'm agreeing to that. Well, of course.
So why you telling me I'm taking it literal?
No. You with Jay's statement.
No, I said Jay said
that
men do not need
love. They need respect. But you think like literally means no love at all and just just respect? I don't.
I didn't
and
say
that was
no.
my
I didn't say that either.
Right.
I said he said men don't really think about love. They care about respect because to them respect is more important to them than love. Based on how the whole situation, the whole topic went through, and I'm not saying that men don't need love, and we all do need love, but there are certain things in us that we have on top there that we feel if it's touched, we are destroying them. And the ego, he spoke about the ego, and I talked about the ego too, and you would sit there and you say, oh, I am this man and I this and that and it's the ego. So you can't tell me that I'm taking it literally when he said that is respect you all need. It is 2 minutes to 10 o'clock, Jester. Your closing words.
Claire, that subject this morning, very interesting. I realize, and as I say, that program has been coming more and more. I mean, recognized, and the feedback is just
phenomenal.
Very, and the callers, the new callers and things would have proven that this morning, and I enjoyed this program this morning, and I'm looking forward to our next interesting subject coming next Tuesday, please God.
To everyone, we say thank you very much for participating in the program that we have, and when you always participate. This is the only way we know that we can do better and bring in more things that can empower people to make them do things, to think about their life and everything like that, and their mental health. Because regardless of what we do in our life every day, Jester, it affects us mentally, whether it's good or whether it's bad. So I'll close by always saying, be kind to people. Treat each other right. Be kind to people, because kind people are the best kind of people. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest news update as produced